Practically every one of the top 40 records being played on every radio station in the United States is a communication to the children to take a trip, to cop out, to groove. The psychedelic jackets on the record albums have their own.
This is a special question. We don't want you to smoke genetically modified ganja. We want you to smoke the real thing.
Me?
Want you to smoke the natural herb.
Sweet.
Some call it marijuana.
Sweet.
Some call it sesame.
Sweet.
Some call it lamb's bread.
The tea.
And some people call it...
Welcome to another edition of the Adam Dunn Show. I'm your host, Adam Dunn.
I'm Dave Charnick.
And we are live in the studio with MTI and Vinny Barbarino.
Barbarino.
And international guests. And national. We got national and international. We've got the Terp Tower squad on point out there in Barcelona. Getting ready for it. It totally got me off guard too, because I was like, oh shit, it is 7/10. It's 7/10 in Europe. I love that. We get a bonus holiday. The bonus stoner holiday. Once you thought
420 doesn't work that way.
Nah, there's no 20 months, unfortunately, so we didn't quite get there. But we've got the man himself, Peter Papa Scavenger Huntopoulos. If there's any way to make your name longer, I'm going to do it, because it's one of those names you can always add.
As long as it fit on the back of a hockey jersey, I'm cool.
And we got Mr. Fang up on top there cruising around. Where are you at the moment?
Detroit.
You're in Detroit. Okay, so if you don't get carjacked while we're on the show, it'll be good. We should be doing it.
I've made it out the hood.
Oh, yeah? Okay, good.
No, we were just at CannaCon and visited our homies at Aztec Lights and saw a bunch of people from the community. And, just going to be back out here tomorrow as well. So if anybody's in the Detroit area, hopefully we can link up.
Yeah, if you're in Detroit, go make sure to check out Sunscape LED. Go check out Gin. So you want to go to sunscapeled.com, not those other guys.
Hey, those guys are okay too. You can go anywhere. You can go to all of them. So how is that show looking, Mike?
It's great. I mean,
really, everybody I've spoken to says it's shit. I spoke to Jay from Dry Flower. Yes, he said it was
innovation.
Shit.
But
is the cartel
I haven't been to one of these shows in like forever. The last real conference I went to was like a maximum yield show.
Right.
I haven't been to these, like, I don't go to corporate events as much. So this was like, I'll be honest, like me kind of trying to get back in the scene. It's a little dead, but
yeah, no, it's all the shows are hurting these days. As far as, I mean, the problem is that if you're in a new market, it's like people aren't ready for it, and if you're in an old market, they're already tired of it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of we're in a weird spot. But have you got a booth?
It seems a little stale. The whole industry, and like it seems like it's just stale. Nothing new. There's no innovation.
Yeah, that's the funny part though too, is when you go to those kind of shows that you walk around, you see your friends, and the first thing you ask is, "Well, did you see anything?" And it's like, "Nah." You know what I mean? And it's like, really, a whole show, and we can't come up with one thing that we're like, yeah.
Of nothing.
Yeah.
I guess where's the party?
That's pretty much it.
It's
all about the party. It's all about the parties. Speaking of parties, the man himself, the walking party. So when did you come up with this idea for your scavenger home, which I like? I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, so every time I come up with an idea, it's like this.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah, but your ideas work out.
There you go. See, I got an idea, light bulb pop in my head, and I just get those ideas. But 710, we've usually come out and done like a dab session, a 710 oil sort of thing. And I don't know, like, not that dab stations are like played out, but it just seemed like almost like stale, and I wanted to do something different. And, Michael was generous enough to give a bunch of his seeds to different people. And I thought it would be a cool way to do it, just to have a scavenger hunt. get people to walk around the city, go to different clubs.
Mm-hmm.
710. There's already like, they're setting up. It's not Cannabis right now. Cannabis, is like clubs are packed.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
well, they don't,
scene,
and
right?
also I'm sure the whole 710 concept is kind of like, what are you talking about? Like they're like, the hell are you talking about? Or do they get it?
Well, I've done it for a couple years or
Okay.
a few years, and initially they were like that, but now all the clubs are they have like 710 events tomorrow. Like HQ has something going on, RDM, and I mean, there's everybody has something. It's 710.
Awesome. And so you're doing seeds and then what else you got going on?
Well, I got him in touch with the guys at
Oh,
DabX,
well,
so
so,
he's got some
these are-
DabXs, and the Requiem guys got
we have-
involved.
This is like one of the gift packs. It's be a designer genetics pack. This one is manifestation. So that's going to be one thing that we're going to be giving away. There's going to be 5 prizes, and then I'm still trying to figure something out because we also have sponsors with DabX.
Yes, sir. We know.
So they were kind enough to give us a unit, and I'm just trying to figure out the right way to get it to the winner. One of the people who gets genetics are also going to win that too.
Now, are you actually hiding the stuff in spots, or are you hiding things that represent the things in spots, or how are you doing it?
So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to, there's like these little postcards that I have, and on the back, it says, you found me, and each one has a different club that they can redeem their prize at. So depending on which one they find, they will go to a different club, and their prize is waiting for it.
That's a good idea.
And are there yo tips in the prize bags?
I don't have them to. If there's a place that I can get some, I would gladly put them in.
No, I thought we
just
sent you a box.
I have one yo tip.
Oh, got it.
That's defeating the whole entire purpose of the yo tips.
Next time,
share this yo tip.
next time, give us a. Well, it was like in typical Adam Dunn show style. He calls me up on Sunday, Saturday.
He knows how we roll. He's like, hey.
He's like, look, I'm doing an event in a week. I'm like, what? Yeah, in a week. So we made that work though. The Requiem guys were happy to come on board, and they know the guys at Jer Farm and at Mr. Teddy's as well. That's where they had their party for Cannabis last year.
Sure. I think Nico is going to be joining us. I mean, he might be asleep. I know everybody's tired at the end of the night, but Nico from Mr. Teddy and Club Selva is supposed to join us.
Nice. That was a fun place. I enjoyed that a lot. The club.
Yeah, he's a really good guy too, man.
Did you do the Boston Freedom Rally since you were home?
I was at the Freedom Rally.
Give us an update, since this show is based on all sorts of events now. I guess we're just updating us on on the event update.
MJ BizCon in a couple of
We're
months.
we're gonna do Cowboy Cup dates soon.
Yep.
We're doing it all. But how was it?
Well, everything like has changed a little bit since COVID, but I mean, I don't know, like 8-9 years ago, I remember going to the Freedom Rally, and that place was mobbed. I mean, it was like Woodstock, and it was crowded, and there were people. It was a good event, but
Tapering down a little bit.
Smaller, than it used to be, and but it's a 1-day event now.
Right.
It used to be 3 days, and now it's just one. So, I mean, that's a big difference.
That should be what CannaCon should be, a 1-day event.
Yeah.
Well, with the Freedom Rally, to have people come to Boston that are from other parts of the country or the world for 1-day event, it doesn't seem really worth it, But if you have 3 days to vend and do your thing, you can, then there's, I think it's worth it.
The one thing I've been thinking though, if you compare ourselves to any other industry out there, there's no other industry that puts together a show that lasts 3 days. I mean, I get conventions do go longer, but it's like a movie, going to see a play, going to see a ball game. Like nobody in any other industry is expected to work for 3 days on in a row. And
I think it's because we're
just
usually
talk.
like on the first day we're setting up, right? And we forget a bunch of shit
Right.
because we're stoners. Then we're like, oh, well, but on the second day we're going to be really set up properly. And then on the second day we're actually set up properly. And then but then we're too busy fucking running around and getting high over time, so we end up like not sitting at our booth enough. So then we're like, we got to make up for it on that last day, and then the last day is a half a day anyway. So yeah, it's I mean, I think
It's interesting, huh?
well, it's because we like to have excuses. We all love to make excuses to party. That's pretty much what it comes down to, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I do like the 1 day events though. You get everything, you come in, get everything done, and leave. I've seen a lot of the more like pop-up style events are like 1 day gatherings. Makes sense. Like, we've been doing all types. Like we've done cups that were 3 days, shows that were 1 day, and there's pros and cons to all of it.
Yeah, last week
Well,
we
like the weekend, but it's really the whole week. You
Right.
know, I mean, we'll show up from the weekend before, and the whole week there's events, and but
Yeah, for the people that out there that don't know, Cannabis is a week-long celebration starting the weekend before Cannabis. And so typically Terp Tower and Peter, and we've been lucky enough to join them last year, is like a whole week-long party club tour where the social clubs will open up their lounges to us and allow us to run our organic cups and do our events out of their locations. And really it's just a week-long celebration. So people who are out there that don't have their passports yet, go get them. It's going to be a party in Barcelona in March. So yeah.
whenever you go international, you got to do a couple days. I mean, there's no way around it.
and the clubs here support each other too, which I like. It's like if you're working with one club, it's not like another club won't work with you. Like the way we're doing what I'm doing now. It's there's multiple clubs involved, and we're all working together. I like it. That's
So what's the situation there right now with the clubs, Howard? Because I mean, I know they're like it's always the same. It's kind of like Amsterdam. When people would always call me, I'd be like, I heard they're shutting all the shops down. I'd be like, dude, that's bullshit, dude. It's not happening. It's just what here, it's what you hear out there. Is it kind of the same situation there where you hear a lot of stuff but it's actually kind of just rolling as usual?
Yeah, it's definitely just rolling as usual. If anything, I think they're probably thriving more. I mean, like it's this. I was talking to a friend of mine who doesn't smoke too much here, and they were surprised that there were clubs here. They're like, "Where are they?" And I'm like, "There's probably one right next door to you." It's you don't know they're there because they don't. You walk up and there's
We can't really advertise.
just
Right?
big door.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like there's a sign saying the weed club. They want to be discreet. They're being respectful to the neighbors, and that's the way you won't get closed.
Sure.
Well, that's the difference between a club and a store. And so they're trying to keep it as a private members club, which
Right.
keeps them out of the eye of the authorities.
Like it's the difference between Amsterdam and Barcelona. To me, like one, you're a member, and the other, you're a customer.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different.
Completely different
Trying to
vibe.
find a castle.
It's also not that it's a bad thing, but there is a difference when you go to the Barcelona cannabis clubs. They're all indoors. They have no windows. There's no exposure to the outside world, and it kind of has like that backroom casino feel. Like you could walk out at like the beginning of a James Bond film where he's in a club and there's lights and music, right? And you walk outside and it's 2 p.m, something like that. So I appreciate it. And I just love the fact that there is this is the path to legality for them. This is what they've decided on, and they're all getting on board.
But each club also has its own personality or character or style or whatever. So, even though you don't know what they're like inside, you go inside. One is more like a dance or a nightclub sort of. One is like
For sure. It was like that in Amsterdam, right? Like in Amsterdam in the 90s, they all served the same weed, and it was just what music was played there. So you went to a club where you enjoyed the music. I'm sure it's similar in
I
Spain.
think something that I have noticed this time.
You're losing you.
Less Cali bud.
Are you walking
Like
in
they're-
like
they're
28.8 modem
from,
area?
You know, I am. I'm trying to find a cool spot. I'm in the Gothic quarter.
I just saw.
I know there are castles near me.
I just saw somebody go into
My
Mike Tyson's shop up in Amsterdam, you know, and it was like on the menu it says local weed, Cali weed.
Oh, God.
I'm like, really? On the fucking menu, like right there. It's literally.
It was like that in Amsterdam when we went the last time.
No, but it's just crazy when you see it. You're just like, Cali. You literally put Cali weed.
Yeah,
It's like,
no,
okay,
that was on the menu when I went to Katsu. Actually,
Dude, I was
bizarre.
I got a phone call from just a random business guy I used to be involved with in you know, these exec calls that we used to do over the plague. And he told me he went to Europe 7 months ago and took samples of everything. I mean, he's a business guy. He's trying to sell compliance and he's trying to branch out into products. He told me he took a whole fucking suitcase. He had edibles and pre-rolls and flour, and he didn't get searched once. No one looked in his bags. He got there and he handed them all out. Wow. I'm like, what is this? Is this really happening? Did they just not fucking care, or did he just, you know, he just found the one little business guy loophole where they didn't give a fuck?
Yeah, well, he probably doesn't look the part, right? He's not us. Now, Peter Papadopoulos, on the other hand, that guy's getting fucking anal probed as he rolls in.
Let's just see
you
what.
don't even go through the X-ray. You won't go through the X-ray machine,
Hell,
right?
hell no.
No, he makes a scene at every airport.
I make a scene. Yeah, they have to go and get the top dog come down.
He's like, yeah, I got a big dick. Go ahead, feel me up. I don't give a fuck. Get me down to my underwear. Fuck you. We got BDE energy, or that was redundant. You know.
Yeah, but
well, I was just pointing it out because when I first came here, like maybe 10 years ago, or maybe more than that, but around there, the weed and there were concentrates too, and they were horrible. The weed was okay, maybe at best. Now the quality is just totally different. I mean, there's good bud here, you know.
You should go to the whatever club Requiem works with, because the rosin that they're producing these days is so on point. I mean, I remember what you were saying, like at the 2 years ago Cannabis, it was just harsh.
Well, what was really funny was in the very beginning when first started going down to Barcelona for stuff. A lot of the weed sucked because of the water was shit. Like the quality of the water was so bad.
Okay, yeah.
And like you would be like, dude, there's no way this can grow good weed because the water smells like fucking raw sewage almost. It's got there was like a real bad water quality vibe in Barcelona itself. I mean, maybe not other parts of Spain, but Barcelona had this really like all the weed would go brown really fast. It didn't stay, you know what I mean? It had this really weird vibe to it. And hopefully, I think now.
And the concentrates would just sparkle and like it was like fireworks off the fucking, you know.
Exactly. So I think now everybody's kind of using filters more and figured out the.
They can filter water in Spain.
They can do it.
Hey, so there's a question I just got texted from somebody listening to the show for Fang, believe it or not. Okay, here I'm gonna just read it like it came in. Ask Fang about feeding plants fruit juice and what it does. That's your question, Fang. You going to go with that or you going to ignore it? Was that a ding? I asked him for real. I'm like, is this a ding? And he said, no, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I can talk about it because I get
what does it
real
mean?
exotic with my feeding regimens. And I do things like, yeah, it's like, what does it mean? Why are we drinking things that we don't give our plants? If they're beneficial for us, they ought to be beneficial for our garden. And that's kind of like the thought process that I've entered into, the symbiotic, like seeking balance, applying to my garden is, you know, what I do to my garden, I do to myself essentially. So I take herbs, I take adaptogenic mushrooms, I drink lots of fruit juices. I try to live as much of a raw vegan fruit and eat as much fruit as I can. And to me, like that's been real healing for me, and just kind of like my lifestyle right now. So it just occurred to me, like, if I'm having such amazing results drinking and consuming these high energetic foods, why am I giving my plants, rotten meat, or just like, even for example, fermented vegetables or fermented fruits? Like in natural farming, you have the fermented fruit juice. Why fermented? I mean, why not fresh? Would you like? So I'm not saying.
Do you think they can break it down? Do you think they can break it down though? That's what
they don't have a digestive system the way we do, so they're biologically a different species. They don't necessarily.
I think it's sort of like the classic, how mycorrhizal is going to break down for the plants, and the plants can't really break it down, and so you just got to. I think that kind of goes. That's probably.
Sure, and there's probably some digestion process that occurs where that sugar is converted into a plant absorbable, but that process happening right in the soil level is like feeding raw amendments versus readily available nutrients. Something about that breakdown process at the root zone is better. Fresh is just better. So I've kind of started feeding my plants mango juices, pear juice, apple juice, grape juice that at like a 5 to 10 gallon dose. Something very light, nothing, you're not going to burn anything. It's got simple sugars. You don't want to,
what phase are you doing that though? Later in flower or?
Yeah. So like fruiting, when the like potassium kind of fattening stages.
Right.
But I have, a lot of this started with the knowledge of people utilizing like aloe and coconut water. Well, I'm like, if you're using aloe juice, coconut water, why not all the juices? Like, what is not good about vitamins and amazing minerals and the vitality of fruit, if we're trying to grow fruit? It's the same process I use. So I use bark, stems, leaves, and roots of the world's most potent adaptogenic herbs. Anything from dandelion, burdock, lamb's quarters, ginseng, eleuthero. The most powerful things that I know work for myself, I've been applying to my plants. And I also use the fruit, the flowers, the berries, and the fruits and the melons. And I apply those during flower and bloom stage. So I created like this whole regimen of using natural herbs in my garden as well. So anyways, yeah, we're just doing like, I'm trying to be like, I try to do things that no one has done before, kind of following my intuition. And it's led me to do things that like seem so simple, but are not. So like using adaptogenic mushrooms in the garden should be a commonplace thing. They're loaded with beta glucans and triterpenoids, which are essential. And actually, science says that they're plant growth enhancers, but they're not used, and nobody does it, and nobody knows about it. It's just, it doesn't make sense to me. And so, yeah, some of the things I talk about are like, feeding the plants just these real exotic goji berries, like the highest end, most superfoods, blue-green algae, things like that.
You do foliars? Do you do foliars, or you do just feed it at the soil level? Because foliars would probably be weird too.
Both, but I found that like I stopped foliar feeding.
Can cause mold, maybe, huh? Fungus.
No, it was like it affected the flavor a little bit. Like I smoked the weed, and I'm like, oh, I taste some of the herbs that I had foliared from, earlier in the run. And so I keep it in the garden. I keep it in the soil.
Sure.
I keep it at a very, very light dose. So it's more of like a booster than it is more like nutritive. But I am now trying to create a line of holistic, natural plant amendments and holistic, human supplements that are made from the highest quality, highest grade inputs in nature. So if instead of feeding our plants corn and soy, which I'm not, saying don't do that, but why not find the best forms of protein beyond, those more readily available sources of nitrogen? Like if I am not trying to cut costs what are the best forms of nitrogen that I can procure on this planet. And that's where I want to start building my soil formula. And, you know, it might be a niche market, but it's for the people that want to care about every single input and want the, you know, most diversity.
And you can have lunch with your plants. You can literally have lunch with the plants. You'd be like, hey, guess what? One for you, one for me. Here we go. Now it's because that is one of the things I did like with ferments. And it's funny how with now I appreciate ferments more because of seeing how much the plants respond to it. You know what I mean? So now, like, kind of like how it was with photosynthesis plus, right? Like, if you show that to some average person, like open that up and say, hey, smell that. They're like, oh my God, that's disgusting, right? I smell it and it's the exact opposite. I'm like, fuck, that smells good. Like I'm used to it now because of feeding it to the plants, and I know that the plants are going to respond so well to it, so that I like the smell. Like it's all of a sudden it's in my wheelhouse now, where I'm like, yeah, rotten funk, great. I love it. Give me the funk.
It stinks sometimes in my garden. It's some of the fish fertilizers that we use, some of the Jadam, like the leaf mold serum and the Jadam leaf mold thing, where you just ferment all the grasses and from your land.
Sure. With
the leaf mold, it's like incredibly stinky, and the guy, the Master Cho, he's just like, you just got to learn to love it.
You do.
This is a part of nature. This is what makes gardens thrive.
Right. No, and it's because it's also like people don't realize how disgusting rotten vegetables can get. You know what I mean? But they can become really gross, like worse than even meat, it seems like, because they have this, like, they go through this phase where you're just like, holy fuck, can't believe that's even in there. But again, like, once you get used to it, you're kind of like, yeah, it's good. It's not a bad thing. Did you find anything?
The vision is to make organic mainstream and make it cool and make it affordable and take over the shelves, man. I think that it's about time that our people have access to the medicine that I want.
So Fang,
that people I think deserve.
Have you isolated a specific fruit juice supplement that actually, like, you know, you said, like, I gave it the Adam Dunn Cola and it worked? I mean, what's the results?
Or actually the other way, I was just going to ask you, what did you find anything that, like, was exactly not the thing to use? Where you're like,
both.
Holy shit, like, don't do that. Whatever you do, that fruit.
Don't use high C. If you use high C, you fuck them up. You can only use Kool-Aid.
Well, I don't think you want to use either of those.
No.
You know, I've always been wary about using, like, citrus, you know, and things that could affect the pH. And, you know, they recommend not putting, like, citrus peels into warm bins and such. Sure. So I've stuck with things that are more on, like, the sweeter side, like apple juice, pear juice, mango juice. Those are readily available at my local grocery. And I just pick up a bottle of organic juice and usually I love the mango juice. It seems to be like, that's the flavor. Yeah. And you know what actually got me on this kick is my buddy was like, dude, the best weed is grown under the mango trees in Hawaii. I'm like, well, guess what? I got mango juice.
Well, and mangoes also increase the high too, right? Isn't that one of the?
Is it a carrier molecule?
I think it's one of the ones that you can.
Bursing.
Yeah, and it's it definitely was, like, back in the day. We've said this many times on the show. The ultimate thing in the early '90s was mango baby poop. That's all we were shooting for. Like, everybody was like, if you could get that mango baby poop.
Oh, that was like the ultimate terp profile?
That was it. That was the profile you were looking for. It's like the baby that just ate nothing but mangoes and just pooped his pants and pooped his diaper. The good stuff. The good stuff.
I've definitely had that.
Right?
That's like some good Afghan skunk.
For sure. And it was definitely, there was a few.
I wanted to say, like,
diaper dabs.
One of the things that I got turned on to by Sarah Jane is that, so you know how everyone says you can take mangoes and increase your high?
Yeah.
Well, you can actually do that with any fucking fruit. It's not just mangoes, all right? And the way she does it is she makes you, like, and she's the hash sommelier. You got to look her up, Sarah Jane. She's cool as fuck.
Wait a second.
But she came out to Legacy, Michigan. Yeah, and she ran the Dab bar, and what she did was she curated a bunch of organic fruits, and she would smell the dab that you're about to take, and she'll be like, oh yeah, this will be good with, you know, the blackberries, or this will be good with the grapes, or you should pair this with the cherry or whatever. She'll give you the fruit. Then you're supposed to consume the fruit and coat your mouth with the terp. And then you can take the dab while the terps are in your palate. And I swear to God, it makes the hit like 3 to 4 times stronger. And it pierces like the blood-brain barrier better. And it just like increases every aspect of the hit. And no joke.
Well, I told you guys about terp steaks, right? I know I was telling you,
Terp steaks,
Mike, right?
No.
Terps. No? What we did is like, there's a steakhouse that I like going to here, and they serve you the steak on a sizzling platter. So I bring dabs with me, and I put like a decent dab on the sizzling platter when it first comes.
He goes to Benihana.
Can you have it extra hot, please? Extra, extra, extra hot. Glowing.
Right, but this is what I do with it. I'm not dabbing.
No red hot dabs.
I put it on the iron, or actually it was lava rock,
Okay.
and it and then I take the steak and I press it hard against the concentrate, and it cooks as it's searing, and then like the flavor experience. I'm sorry, there's a truck passing. Second, sorry, but the flavor experience at first is like all dab flavor, like whatever you were dabbing, you taste that. And then as you're chewing it, it turns like herbal, almost like herb butter, and it flavors the steak. It was a foodie experience, man. I'm telling you, it's
I like it.
Try it.
I like it.
That sounds pretty unique. I mean, it's the ultimate flavoring. If you think about it, it's got all the terps in the world.
It's just that the experience changes as you're eating the food, but like it goes from dab sort of taste, like whatever the terp was, to an herb sort of taste, like you had, like you put like some herbs on your steak or something, Interesting.
Very nice.
I wonder if a collaboration between Fang and Miles would prove fruitful.
Yeah, it would do.
Ba-dum-bum.
Ba-dum-bums.
So, do you know Miles Felipe, Fang?
Okay, I'm definitely friends with him on Facebook or something because that name sounds super familiar.
Yeah.
Weed should taste good.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
He taught us how to make this. We did Andy and I put it together. It was like whatever those big white, liquid containers, water containers. I think they're like 200 gallons. We filled that up with, was it 5 gallons of molasses and a fuck ton of dandelions, and we just let it ferment, and that's what we fed the plants with the whole summer. And that's Miles teaches. He sells it at Build-A-Soil as well. But I'm wondering, you guys come together and make like some fermented extract with fruit juice.
Right.
I don't know. Just trying to think outside the box.
No, I love it. I love the work that Jeremy has put together. It's kind of I was there during the start of the whole Build-A-Soil journey, and it's been incredible to see him spread that knowledge and put such a such a well comprised like offering for growers.
Yeah.
So I love what he's doing.
No, he's definitely corralled the best of the best. It's a one-stop shop if you're in the organic, hopefully going into the organic world. But yeah, they're doing a living soil cup at the 20th of this month. So coming up in a few weeks, we're going to be doing the show from there. So Miles is putting it on living soil cup, and it's at Build-A-Soil. So should be pretty cool.
Yeah, I would be there if I could.
sir. So,
Definitely check that out.
dude, you're walking miles, bro. How far you been walking? Where the hell are you? Did you come back to where you started or what?
Oh, he's here.
Hey, man.
Oh, here you are, dude. You're here. You made it. Good job. He doesn't get it.
Hey, so how are people supposed to know where to find the scavengers hunt shit?
So I'm going to take a picture of each place that I place them. I'm not going to make it too hard, like hey, here's a hint, everyone. One's going to be at the Hash Museum, so like it's not going to be too hard for them to spot what it is. And once you get there and get it, wins it, and then I'm going to take the pictures of the 5 different places that I place the postcards, and then I'm going to give all the 5 pictures to all the clubs that are participating, and everyone's going to post them all at once. So there's like a multiple sort of post that, reach a lot of people.
If you put a phone number on the thing, you could have it so when they get it, they call the number, and then you know that they found it. So then you're like, all right, there's one coming. That'd be an angle. That could be an angle. You could put your number on there, and then you could be like, you have found the message.
Or you can put somebody's number you don't like.
Oh, yeah, random.
Just a rando.
I'm putting a sticker on the back that says, you found me, bring me to, and each one will have a different club that they will bring it to. So each club will have a prize waiting for one of the winners. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're making it up as you go along, but I like it. That's the way I would do it.
Hang on, we didn't hear anything you just said there because you must have your sound noise canceling thing on.
It's probably my hand. The way I'm holding the camera, is that better?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't so much seeing you; it was hearing you.
Okay, is that better?
Yes.
At the moment.
I'm back up against the wall.
So when I think of a scavenger hunt, I'm not thinking like you're doing it a little differently. You're like, I'm going to put 5 prizes out there to get 5 different clubs involved. It's not like, all right, you got to go to the Adam Dunn show on a Friday. That's where clue number 1 is. And you come here, and then it says, go find the clock tower or whatever it is. Then you got to go to that place.
Go find Dave in shorts in roller skates.
Yeah, take a photo of Dave in roller skates.
I definitely want to play with the idea for March and do it so it's a week-long thing. I think it'll be fun.
What?
Yeah, during the whole week, it maybe every day post a different place or something, and anyways, I'm just thinking during March, I would like to do something again. It's being well received, for the last couple of days while I've been,
I like it.
Here
You need a monocle
working.
though. You need a monocle, otherwise it's not official.
Yeah.
Like without the monocle, I don't really see the scavenger hunt happening. But with the monocle, it's real. It's the real deal.
And you have the face for it.
You have
too.
the monocle face.
It's just so perfect. You could pull it off. I don't think people would think it was a gag.
So in Spanish, they don't. If you try to translate scavenger hunt in Spanish, it's treasure hunt.
Okay.
They don't translate it to scavenger. Then I thought about it. I'm like, where did we come up with the word scavenger? That just sounds weird.
Yeah, it is. It's much more
Very
like
American.
scavenger hunt is much more what Dave was saying, where it's like you got to get a piece of this puzzle and a piece of that. Like you got to kind of build it all together.
Yeah,
with these
that's
little
it.
bits.
You're scavenging it together.
So that's more of a scavenger hunt. And a
Right.
treasure hunt makes
It's
more
in
like
pieces.
yeah, you're more like Easter vibe now. Greek Easter.
Yeah, well,
It's Greek Easter in
the idea
October.
has been just evolving as we've been doing it.
Right? No, it's a good one though. I like
I
it.
just want to get all the clubs that are involved, so it's not just their logo is on a poster, like this way people will actually go to the clubs and, maybe walk around the city and,
No, you got it riddled, man. You're going there at the perfect time to lay the foundation, plant some roots, and then in March you'll have it. You'll have all the kinks worked out. And it'll be the
and planning early for anything is always a fucking good idea, right? I mean,
Well, if you're gonna plan early, I guess we got to give a shout out to Uncle Stoner.
I don't know what that means, but
Because he never plans early. It's last minute. So how do people who are in Barcelona right now who want to get involved with your event? Do they go to a website?
That's why the multiple postings tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. We're all going to post the pictures of where they are at the same time. So like it'll reach a lot of the community here in Barcelona. You know,
When you say we're going to post, you mean through their social media channels? They're going to release these photos,
right? Like La Colada, Weed U, RDM. We're all going to post them at the same time.
Well, if you have a list of the people who are involved, if you could send it to us, we could share it with the listeners, and then they can follow those accounts.
Sure, they're all on that poster that I can like read off some of the names.
I don't think it's over here.
Sure,
if that's acceptable as I drive.
Of course.
If you can drive and read it, then no problem. There's that one.
Fuck you.
Well, yeah, we have some incredible social clubs that have like supported our journey in Barcelona, and so they're all part of this. And there's going to be like, so La Colada, RDM, GWA, Club Selva, Teddy. Yep. And then there's a lot of sponsors that are involved as well. You know, we have Takis, we have the Allegra Grove Shop, we have Big Cloud. We have DabX. I believe Snail Papers.
DabX. You guys rock.
They'll be on at 6 o'clock Mountain. So
no, 6 o'clock Mountain.
6
no,
o'clock. I said 5 p.m.
Okay.
Pacific.
Gotcha.
Right? Because I figured these guys would be on. They can come in early if we want them to.
Yeah, we can have them pop in anytime. Yeah, have them pop in because we have James Bean also hanging in the zone. He's hanging in the end zone, waiting. Just like, you need me? You need me?
James
well,
Bean.
you know what? So La Rambla is right there, but as I'm walking, it's loud there, and if I go, I know I'm not going to.
You'll get pickpocketed. You'll be on the phone. It'll be like all bunch of.
No, here's what I will do. I'll mute it so I won't. I'm going to walk, and you guys, if I need to interject, I will. But this way, it'll give you guys a.
We're so lowbrow, they come ask us questions for shit while we're doing the show.
Yeah.
You got any gas? What do I need? I'm going to light my fucking torch. What do I have? I'm holding a thing. Looked like he was jerking. He's still going like this. I'm like, what are you pumping? You know? Jesus, Mr. X, come on. Breaking the fourth wall, fucker.
Look at this on the Ramblas. He's getting robbed as we speak.
Oh, shit.
This is where you get pickpocketed, for sure. Phones.
They do the bump and grab thing?
Yeah.
It's not that bad right now. There's nobody there. It's
That's why
during the day.
You just walk through like a linebacker, dude.
Yeah, just boom, banging into everybody.
Bows.
Yeah, that's what Mark does.
That's what I do.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember that no one can see this.
No, down the... No, they can't see this? Yes, they can.
No, I mean saying people who are listening cannot see this. So remember that.
This is kind of where the plug is.
There you go.
Yeah, you didn't involve the plug. You should have got them involved.
What time is it out there?
3 o'clock in the morning.
It's late. It's about 2, 1?
Yeah,
1:30?
2 or 3. Hold on, let's look. I mean, he would look.
So Pure Plug is involved.
Of course.
Pure Plug. I went to Pure Plug to pick up some units, and so the plug is involved in a way. You know, they're going to be on the poster tomorrow. We didn't get them up today. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to apologize.
No apologies.
So what are you smoking tonight, Fang? And what about you, Papadopoulos?
Well, I am smoking some of our freshly dried outdoor. I had a few branches that broke off in the rain, and so I got a early harvest. You know, most of my flowers are still up and just going strong. And I'm almost like I'm in between grows, so I'm weird time where I'm basically out of weed.
Wow.
And so luckily I got this new outdoor crop, and I'm really looking forward to smoking it. We got some Grape Stomper, some Skywalker OG, some Chem 91, some True OG, and some gelatos, and my new Guava and Mona Lisa coming down. So those are the flavors that that I have waiting for me when I get back.
Nice. How's the season this year for you, outdoor?
It's incredible. I've like just basically no problems. Flowers looking perfect. It's been a very mild season, just perfectly, like just the right amount of rain where I haven't had to water
Nice.
excessively, but it's pretty much just let nature do its thing, and been having probably one of the best outdoor seasons ever.
That's great. Yeah, here it's been pretty interesting. Like it's
Good frost tonight.
we got the first frost last night,
Oh,
at least where I am, and then a couple days ago up in the valley, and it's just all creeping in. But it's looking pretty good for the next 2 weeks. Like it's like if you're, it's
you
not
can
really
get past tonight.
exactly. We get a couple. It's always like that in Colorado, though. We always get like a snap, and then all of a sudden it's fucking gorgeous. And if you can make it through that snap, you're golden. But
Well, it's
a lot of
definitely
people
going to
panic.
It'll definitely get warmer because I took the air conditioners out of the windows.
Oh,
today.
there you go. Guaranteed. Then yes.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed. 90 degrees tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, you're getting robbed. I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
letting you know.
He's on the
You're
back
turning the corner in a second. You're so robbed. Everyone pay attention. We're gonna see
The phone's gonna-
Scavenger.
The phone's. You can see a scooter come by, and the phone's gonna
The Scavenger hunt.
No, we're gonna
Scavenger.
still see the phone recording for the next few minutes as it's on the back of someone's scooter. Oh yeah, they're robbing you.
Yeah,
Wait,
those-
talk to her. Turn around. Let's talk to her. Oh man, you're no
Good
fun.
interviewer for international show.
Yeah, tell her she's
you're
talking
live.
to live from Colorado. Go back.
Yeah.
She was cute.
90% chance they don't speak English, so
It's
just
okay.
look at
Mark
me.
speaks Spanish.
That's not true. That's not true at
He's
all.
Mexican. He speaks really good
Oh,
Spanish.
boy.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no.
You had to go there. I didn't go there. I just said he didn't speak.
Oh,
wait.
I just-
What did I say? I said he spoke Spanish.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, you're getting robbed. He just passed Treasure.
No.
Yeah.
No, this is kind of where Terp's Army is, and Club El Verde. I don't know if you know Club El Verde.
We know nothing.
No, you see, this is the beauty. You're members at all of these places. You know, you're a member. Did I say that right?
Yeah, it's fine. I had this one girl didn't know me at the door, and then she saw my ID, and she was like, Papadopoulos, and she was like apologizing that she asked me for my ID. I was laughing.
Yeah, that's what it's like walking around with you in one of these places. They laugh at yours. They go, "Oh, come on in, sir." You, 20 euro. what? 20 euro to come in to sit down for 5 minutes and have a coffee? No, thank you. I'll wait for him outside. Nope.
Yeah, this is where the Terp's Army was. I don't know if you guys remember this spot here, but
Oh yeah, of course.
My favorite spot.
Yeah, go back. That was my corner.
this one here, the walk to walk.
Yeah. Oh,
That is pretty famous.
Yeah.
Actually, the walk to walk. Yeah, that started in Amsterdam.
yep. It was good in Amsterdam.
Yeah, started in Amsterdam. There
It is better in Amsterdam, but it's good here too.
It's not good in Amsterdam anymore.
a
though.
friend of mine, Adi's husband, designed that place. So it's like one of those. He designed Tyson's place. He designed that place. He designed a lot of the spots.
Every time I was there prior to the last 2 times, the walk to walk place was the greatest. I could go there and, I remember spending guilders on it, but it was, 5 euros. Now it's like 17 euros for some noodles. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Well, everything's like that. Dude, my hotel room, man. I don't know why this visit. All the hotels are like so expensive.
Why didn't you stay at your friend's place that you got for us for Cannabis?
What was that? That hotel too. Every one of them. Even, and he was apologizing. Like I can't. He gave me a better rate, but it was still. I was like, whoa, man.
You didn't drop Fang's name?
That would have done it.
I mean, it was probably twice. What
I'm not welcome there.
That's what I mean. You didn't drop Fang's name. Good.
Man, an unfortunate thing. I like that hotel. I really do, and I like
Yeah, it was just too expensive. And really not near anything.
It's like twice as expensive now. So imagine that.
So wasn't there some event that we spoke to Fang several weeks ago that was going to happen?
Yes,
Did it
sir.
happen yet?
Legacy, Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already happened. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
No, give us the lowdown on that.
How did the Danny Danko Ed Rosenthal battle go
Yeah.
down? That's what we really want to know. That
I
was,
mean, it was an awesome harmony. They played well together. It was a very magical experience. Like just hearing the legends drop gems on stage, and they're just them being like their humble selves, like friendliest, kindest people.
Ed
you ever
Rosenthal
meet.
humble.
Yeah, right. Did any of them admit to the fruit juice
Love them.
regimen?
What's that?
Did anybody come say that they were using the fruit juice regimen on stage?
No fruit juice.
No.
That's all Fang. That's all Fang.
Well, I'm glad the Danko Rosenthal brawl went okay. It was a split decision, the judges said, but we love them both. But humble, I don't know.
Yeah,
about that.
and Toro hooked him up with bongs, and Joe P got him pendants, and so we really honored our legends, and it was an amazing show. The Immersive concert and the Bone Thugs concert was incredible vibes. Bone Thugs took over. Thousands of people came out, and it was just great to see Ed and his wife just jamming out to EDM bass music.
That's
You know,
pretty
It
funny.
was-
Come on. Anybody have that on video?
hell yeah, dude, that was all captured.
All caps.
Did he have a hot dog? Was he eating?
He was head banging on the side of the stage. It was funny.
Oh, that's great.
That's pretty funny. Ed banging. We call that Ed
Ed
banging.
banging.
Ed banging. Wow, that's funny. But so the weather was good, and you had no issues, no major fucking. Because that's always throwing those kind of events. It's always hectic because you're like, oh shit. We had one year. It was 420 here, on 2014, and there was a blizzard. And I had a fucking week-long event going on, and it was like, are you fucking kidding me? And it started snowing the day of before the first thing, and it didn't stop until like the last day. And it was like, it was
Fuck.
crazy. It was crazy. You never expect a blizzard in April, but this is Colorado, so.
It happens.
I've seen some incredible weather events at shows. I don't know why.
Well, there's
But yeah,
certain.
I think indoor shows.
Yeah, the
I mean, you saw
710
what
cup.
happened
You
at
guys
Burning
remember
Man.
the 710 cup? Oh, sorry.
Which one? The one here?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
just
There
saw-
was
Oh, with the wind?
That one.
With the wind one?
yeah, at 420, guys opened up and it rained like I couldn't even tell you. Like there were cars flooded in the parking lot. It was just like
Oh, you're talking about Dougie's event? That was Dougie's one?
yeah,
With-
710 cup.
Yeah, with Dougie and all those guys, and it was like, that was rough. That was one of those.
Right
and
at 420, like on a 710 event, it was like Mother Nature was like, "Fuck you and your oil."
it's like flowers. Here, let me come show you. Yeah, no, I remember that. That was crazy. And a bunch of glass booths got completely trashed and stuff too, because it was all. I mean, that was what it was. It was all set up. Everything was all set up perfect, and then all of a sudden, those are. I mean, I've seen indoor things go down too. I saw at Champs one time there was a guy riding around on one of those hoverboards, and he fucking lost control and slammed into this corner booth, and the corner booth was just glass stacked up as high as you could see, you know what I mean? And then the whole fucking booth came down. It was like, okay, well that's hoverboards, not a good idea at Champs, you know what I mean? Maybe you want to not do that.
Get your rig puzzles here. Rig puzzles.
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
You guys know this cat? You guys remember this spot? No.
You're
Oh, yeah,
showing
the-
us a
with the
black
balls.
car.
No, it's a cat.
Oh, a
Dude,
cat.
Yeah,
Where?
the
Go
cat's
back.
got balls.
Is it a male cat or a female cat?
Check it out.
Let's find out. I think those are
balls.
Testes. We got testes.
He's not the most masculine of.
Yeah, they didn't really give him.
They didn't give him a set there. You know,
Look like they haven't dropped yet.
right?
Hey, it's just a kitten. Leave him alone.
Yeah, just a kitten.
So we got
Well, the DabX guys are going to be zooming in just a moment. Like they said, 15 minutes. How many minutes ago?
11 minutes ago.
11 minutes ago.
There you go. So
Let's see.
luckily had a DabX there.
There are several.
Yeah, so it's going to be my first time actually playing with one. I think I took a hit out of yours, Dave, one time, but you know, I'm looking forward to seeing how.
No, you used the one DabX that made it to Spain. That
Right.
finally got through. She was like the sole. I'm right. That was a bad joke about to be made.
You can leave that one.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, everybody used it. But you know why it was safe? We had terp wipes with us, and we cleaned it.
Yeah, well, that too. I want to.
You don't want hippie lip.
The water doesn't. The water stays clean, right? The oil doesn't actually go through the water, right? I just saying it right.
No,
Yes, yeah, you are, but you're not. But yes.
Yeah.
How's that for an answer?
Yeah. Well, so could you explain it a little so it comes across a little more?
The vapor that is produced on the heating element does not follow the same path to you as the reclaim. The reclaim drips down, the vapor goes up. So technically, you get hit after hit after hit without swagging it.
The water clearly is not the same. It's not dirty, right? I mean,
No, it goes through the water. I mean, it gets used, but it stays cleaner overall, longer than most other electronic rigs.
Well, a lot of the other ones, everything kind of gets into the electronics, and it's all fucking like, oh, are you kidding me right now? And you're trying to clean it up.
Right.
And it just drips down straight, and then the vapor goes up, and then everything's kind of separated right at the point. So there's no like smoking through this bullshit to get to you. So, you know, this one no good.
The only thing you can do is have operator error, which is like what I did today, of realizing right before the show that I don't know what I did. I think it was the concentrate I used. Maybe I used it on the wrong set, but man, when I went to clean it, it was fucking everywhere. And I had to put it into the deep clean. But so yeah, if you are not Dave and you actually just pay attention, you'll do fine. Like, great.
Yeah,
I mean, it lasted. This one is now like, I want to say 7 months old, so it works very well.
And it comes with atomizer, is it right?
It comes with two heating elements, one atomizer, a case, a dab tool. He also has, what does he call it?
Station.
The station. So he has these really nice wood stations where everything fits nicely. In 3 weeks, they're coming out with the tool, the dab tool.
You said his name, and he showed up like Beetlejuice.
Oh, no.
You said tool 3 times, and then there he is.
Yeah.
Tool, tool, tool.
He can't hear us yet, though.
He can hear us.
Nope.
He can't talk to us.
Oh, he can hear but not talk.
What's up, Chris? You can unmute yourself. I think you're muted.
And then you turn your phone sideways.
Oh, shit. Dave's already on you.
Well, because I wouldn't have said it because Mark actually has a way of working with it right now. But if they're
Okay, we got to turn sideways?
yeah.
Yeah, you do,
know.
because the other two are there.
Let's see.
Sorry.
So, you know, here's an interesting thing while
Boom.
Chris is getting his phone ready. For probably, the past, 2 months, Adam, Chris, and I have been doing a live on Instagram for 15, 20 minutes, Tuesday at noon Mountain Time. And this fucker down here has been giving away a rig every time. I mean, he gave away, I think, the whole store right? If you
We're men of the people.
Shh, don't
yeah.
tell, don't say
So
you're gonna get him busted.
you should Tuesdays. You should when we go live. You should join in, and he usually asks some question about something posted on their Instagram page. So you got to follow their Instagram page and take a look at their recent posts. This last one was: did anyone ever figure it out where the cave was?
Someone got it.
Where was it?
It was Goblin Valley in Utah.
Of course, it was Goblin Valley.
Man, there was that one guy that won the giveaway like 4 weeks in a row.
Well,
The guy was a ringer.
which guy is that? No, nobody won 4 weeks in a row.
It was like 3 weeks in a row. It was pretty bad. And I'm like, bro, we're just talking this guy way too much.
I did meet up with Penguin today and gave
You
him
met up? Oh, wow.
we gave him some concentrate.
Penguin.
It was Friday morning, so I had just had a meeting and I was on to another one. But yeah, I met the Penguin in person. Interesting kid, man. I mean, he's crushing it there on the DabX. For those of you, you should follow Penguin for Life 710, I believe is his account. Everyone should give him a follow. So DabX guys, you got Scavenger Papadopoulos, a DabX. Is that what I hear?
Yes. We get you guys got hooked up okay or
Hey, Chris. Yeah, I got 2 units. I'm gonna be using one with people, and then we're gonna give one away. I'm trying to figure out the right way to do it. And
don't ask Adam or I.
Don't ask us. Ask Chris. He's really good at it. Every week he gives away something, and we're like, damn, we couldn't have done that. We would have fucked up. We would have said, oh, dude.
No, we'd have been doing it for 4 weeks and still hadn't shipped the first winner his thing, is what it would have been.
Yeah, that's how we usually do.
I'm trying to be like the Dab Oprah. Like, you gotta go. You gotta go.
You get to go. Nice.
Look how happy you made Zach when you said that. He's just like, oh, man.
GoPro. You could be
this.
GoPro. You're GoPro.
Oh.
GoPro. You get a GoPro. Yeah, see? Come on, thinking.
So now that we have 2/3 of the DabX management contingent, what didn't you like about Adam's
It wasn't mine.
name
It
suggestion?
It wasn't mine.
But
it was.
Oh yeah, right. It was.
It was this,
Well, they wanted to call it the Tool X.
with a Toolx. Come on now. It looks cool.
You guys shot that one down?
That's what we heard.
Just a thumbs down, no explanation.
DabX,
Even without the
Toolx.
2, if you just did a TOOL.
You could even Tool
Toolx
Toolx is the
would
way.
be fine too.
We love it. Everyone loves it.
Either way, but
Unanimous decision. Everyone loved it. I think we should go with it.
Speaking of Tool X,
Oh, you got it.
Nope. You find the camera. I don't want to make
There it
that
is.
joke too.
There it is. Oh.
hey,
Is that prototype
Nice.
number 1? Is that the
this is
prototype?
prototype number 1. Prototype number 2 should be here in about a week or so.
Wow.
They're just sending you one, or how many are being
I think we're
sent?
getting 10 of them.
Fuck. Does the
We'll
show
send-
make the
we'll
list?
Send you guys one to stress test.
All right. Oh, speaking of stress test, I'm glad I had you on the show. I'm glad I have you on the show today.
Uh-oh.
So I managed to blow out the seal on the bottom of my thing. Probably got a little too crazy. So like I was wondering, I was like, how come I'm getting air coming in on this? Like, where's this air coming from? And then all of a sudden I looked today and I was like, oh, motherfucker, that seal came out.
Oh, a little O-ring?
Yeah, the O-ring popped out. So I don't know. Does that happen very often?
I know
Never.
Dave blows out O-rings all the time, but it's normally not talking not talking about DabX.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, I haven't had that problem in a few years, and I have a fix for everybody.
are you talking about that little silicone around the bottom of the glass?
Yeah.
No, he meant my butthole.
Oh, come on. now.
The one right here inside.
Oh,
Which I didn't even know existed until I blew it out. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, there you go. There's
Fang almost got into an accident right there.
Oh,
oh.
but you just pop it back on.
Nah, it was a little bit warped and weird.
What the black is the black ring you're talking about?
Yeah, it got all kinda came out
that's
all-
different. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, first
Okay.
time. So I already told you guys in the beginning, I can stress test anything for sure.
yeah.
Like I'll break anything. I'll ruin anything.
That's what he does.
I'm really good at that. Like that's my specialty. But I'm
I'm
also
proud of
good
you.
at-
That's the first.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that yet. So,
Oh.
congratulations.
Yeah, I told you I was good.
Well,
at
wait
this.
a minute. Somebody just wrote to me and said, wait a minute, you guys give away a DabX on an Instagram thing, but you're not going to ask them to do a giveaway right now? Oh
you on the
shit! I
spot.
put him on the spot. Fuck!
Dude.
I did the crickets thing again. It's like the guys from MJ BizCon when I said,
Crickets.
"How about you you leverage the power you have at MJ BizCon and have it at a smoking-friendly venue."
Didn't want to hear about
And
it.
then you heard the crickets. I mean, it's
Please.
And we said it was for the people.
oh, it's a studio. We have a
Yeah.
pit bull in the room. Come here.
Yeah, I remember we showed up to that Cannabis after party, and we walk into the room, find you, and you have a Puffco in your hand. And you're sitting there like so busted, like.
No. It wasn't a Puffco. It was that
I swear to
fucking.
God, I could explain.
It was. I was joking. It was somebody standing next to me, and I picked it up. I would never
Yeah.
use it.
Oh yeah.
It was a joke. The only thing I would have actually had from last MJ BizCon was because we still had Carta was an old sponsor for 2 or 3 minutes, and that was it. But no longer.
That was your uncomfortable moment. You had that was a serious.
Well, no, I did. I told Chris. I told Rado that. I'm like, he's like, man, you should have called me. I'm like, I was embarrassed because I had trusted fucking the Carta guys because 6 months prior to MJ BizCon, they said they got us taken care of. They'll have 13 rigs there for everybody at the party. They'll have all this concentrate there. And then when it came time, there was nothing showed. So that's why I said I was embarrassed and I didn't want to go to you. And
We
but
can blame Spanish customs.
yep, for Cannabis.
Yeah, but now we got Pap hooked up. We're finally
very much.
fully plugged over there.
I have them right here. One of them.
Ready?
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
I haven't opened it yet. I was thinking of just maybe making a video of opening it and my first impression. I don't know.
You got to do that. Come on. In Barcelona, in a very good spot. You got to pick a beautiful spot. Come on.
Yeah. You do a dab?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Sorry, there's a pit bull here. I got distracted. He's huge. I fucking love this burrito dog. What's this guy's name again? Bo. Hi. What is everybody dabbing tonight?
What does this say?
We'll do some Globfather. We'll do some
Sweet papaya.
Globfather. Do some Globfather, sour papaya. Let's check it out.
I'm just not at a place that I can, but I have some of Fang's magic myself.
World traveler Pete Papadopoulos brings the
Bro, it was
Yota.
Yeah.
so gnarly. In Barcelona, the cops were just sitting right outside the club waiting for people to walk outside. They were busting them.
Which club?
Sometimes they do. Yeah, I mean, I know like years ago I was with someone who had his Dabadoo sample and he was just waiting to put it in, and he went outside to have a smoke and the cops took it from him and then he couldn't enter.
Really?
You know.
That's
Yeah.
lame. That's super lame.
Yeah, they say that as
have a
soon as you
smoke,
step
you know?
outside the club,
Yeah.
they actually supposedly have a right to pat you down out there, like stop and frisk you.
But they can't check your crotch. So even everyone like that, they don't say it anymore. But years ago, every time you were leaving clubs, they'd be like, "Put anything you have down your pants. Put it down." Like they tell you.
They
you
told
can't
me
wear-
that this time around, and that's what, and what's his name got searched, and they straight up reached right into his crotch. That's what he said
Really?
this last time around. Yeah, on his way out, he stepped out of the taxi cab on his way to the GWA Organic Cups meetup and got searched as he stepped out of the taxi. They're like, "Multa" or some shit. And they just fucking searched him.
That sucks.
I don't know, man. I've never, thank God or whatever, knock on wood or whatever you want to say, but I've never had any hassle with the cops here. At least, I was at the Dabadoo where the cops surrounded the Dabadoo and we couldn't leave.
Can you
so
say
I
that
went,
again? Say
I
Dabadoo.
was-
I don't know. Makes me smile when you say Dabadoo.
Dabadoo.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's a whole other discussion on the Flintstones. Were they old or were they futuristic?
Oh, they were old.
No, the modern Stone-aged family.
Oh.
Yeah, some people say it's after the catastrophe.
Yeah, it's future.
Oh, it's coming up.
Yep.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Look
Sweet.
at Papadopoulos. Can't wait.
Dun dun dun.
Zach, we
They
didn't say
did like
hello
with
to
the
you.
Jetsons,
Hi, Zach. Zach from
They knew about
DabX. is the good-looking one of the bunch. Oh, damn.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
Wow.
So what's new after the tool? I know you guys are thinking futuristic. I know you've got something in your back pockets, and what's the newest innovation that we should look for in DabX?
I mean, as far as accessories go, we have the cleaning kit, which really makes it incredibly easy to clean. I mean, it already is pretty easy to clean, but and then we have the tool, and then we have a couple new devices that are coming.
You can't show them yet.
Oh, I tried. I tried, guys.
It, and it's right out.
Yeah,
it's right out of the screen right now.
I'm imagining a smaller, more portable thing. Is that what you were thinking? Something like that, or?
Yeah, we're doing something that's like a lower cost entry model to the DabX
line. Yeah.
Technology, yeah.
So you guys, how is it looking on the rocket update? Is that coming up soon?
Okay, I want to bring something up first.
Okay.
You guys said that we did a terrible job calling the Go the Rocket.
I didn't say terrible.
He said terrible.
I never said terrible.
He said terrible.
I said
terrible.
I think they're just backwards because this looks like a rocket, and the small little thing you take on the go. That was all I said.
I mean, you think this on the go? This comes in a carrying case, and it's like
no, I know, but it looks
what
like
you take on the go.
Watch, ready? Watch this. 3, 2, 1.
Rocket. It looks like a rocket. That's the problem. Everyone's this looks too rockety. Too rockety.
That's not ours though.
Oh, it's okay. You guys have a.
Are they changing the names?
Yeah. What are you
switch it on the
switching
thing.
it up?
Quickly switch it on the box.
No, that was all I was saying. Who cares what it's called?
I'm literally looking at 3 new devices on the other side of this camera. I'm like,
yeah, you can't.
They all look like they all look like rockets.
And one does look like a rocket, kind of.
Oh,
but I think the rocket looks like a rocket in the rig. It's like rocket-ish.
Just so you know, I've gotten 7 backhanded slaps on the chat so far going, that's finally Dave said something right.
Oh.
And I had to ask, what did I say? And they said about getting them to try to give away a rig tonight.
Oh, we're 1,000% doing that. Don't worry.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
How are we going to give this away? I don't know how to do it on your guys' show. What's the best way to do it?
It's tough because we got one guy up there trying to figure out how to do a scavenger hunt.
No,
so
we can figure this out.
We're already trying to help him out.
We have a chat. So we have people in the live chat. So this is really only going to be open to people in the live chat.
There you go.
Yeah.
So if you're in the live chat right now, we should just figure out a question. Mark can monitor it, and we can go from there.
I already see a high failure rate.
What do you mean? Ask a question. You always like to ask something about your website. They can go. See, now, look, Mark is fucking shaking his head at me going,
stressing.
Who cares? But you know what? Whoever wins the rig, their happiness will outdo Mark's fucking anxiety for having to look for a winner. Or do you want to come up with a question?
I'm the worst, dude. That's the worst thing ever. I hate the questions. I go, my brain just stops working. I'm like,
They're on my phone. Let me go on your phone right now. Let me see Instagram. I'll come up with something.
Or do you want
Chris
like
is good. Chris is great at it.
Yeah, you usually come up with something good. Or do you want like Fang or Papadopoulos to come up with something? Like spell Papadopoulos. That could be a good one.
We've already done that.
We did?
Yeah, we did that before.
Okay.
We did that. You see how unoriginal we are? You see how little ideas we have?
But at least we're true.
We're rattling around.
No. Okay. Yeah, you guys figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We got to go for someone. Give it away at Dave and Adam's discretion.
Uh-oh, now we're making us...
shit.
You see, you passed the buck.
Why'd you don't do that to us, man?
You should have.
You
shouldn't have insulted them so much. That would have been helpful.
I did. Fuck.
You shouldn't have insulted his go rocket. See, he's really mad. Chris is mad. He's like,
he's not mad.
You ruined.
Look, he one time he got mad at me when I asked if he was 50. I asked if he was 50. Remember? I said, "How old?" I was fucking around. He's like 32 years old.
It's coming out.
I know. What do I do today if I show up with you dabs?
You're the great.
Give away some goes. All of a sudden, he's like coming at me like, bro, are you 50 or something?
Wow.
That was like 3 months ago.
That's how we treat our friends here.
Oh,
I
that
use them for the discounted movie tickets.
you get discounted movie tickets?
Yeah, AARP,
Yeah,
bro.
sold.
No,
I'm
I don't
getting
get
those letters.
yet.
I get those letters.
I'm in AARP.
You are?
Yeah,
Jeez. I get the letters already.
I
I'm
didn't
like,
pay
oh.
anything, but I mean, they send me stuff. It shows up every time. I must be old.
Yeah, that's how you
I'm
know.
certainly not retired.
That's how you know.
That's for damn sure. Come on, you guys don't have a question or anything like that? Discuss some dabbing innovations. I suppose in version 2 we've cured the ring that holds the little plastic.
Oh, that's the
holder
only
on
pet
top.
peeve.
Oh, yeah, I can show you that.
Yep.
There you go. Now that's an
Yeah.
improvement. I
Sweet.
literally today, when I had to switch out from this one from the older one to this one, I pulled out the thing, it popped off, and I was like, the ring.
The ring.
Fail.
That was the only fail on the whole thing, right? It was like crazy because everything is perfect, and then you got that one feature where you're like, it's because the thing's so heavy. It's because it's so heavy that it wants to go down to the bottom of the thing when you take it out. You know what I mean? So then you have to do the old shake. You know what I'm talking
It
about.
is an amazing carrying case.
I love it.
Straight up an amazing carrying case. And I remember hearing people say it comes with the, like they're surprised it came with the case. So that is definitely, okay, there he is.
Dun, dun, dun,
All right,
dun.
so-
Let's go full screen on him.
So this is the original top for the carrying case.
Mhm.
So yeah, you put it in there and you can seal your water in. But when you pull it out as one unit. So you pull it out a little too fast, you can send this thing flying. It's just kind of annoying.
Okay.
Oddly enough, we didn't design it this way. But I've seen a lot of people kind of walking around with their goes and the little rubber.
Well, that's what I do at my house when I'm just put it on the table, so it doesn't take up much double table
It was completely unintentional that it fits in there. It's just happy little accident, I guess.
How about that you could also turn it over and use it like as an airtight cleaning base if you wanted to soak alcohol in it.
And your friends can flick ashes, and your friends can flick
cleaning
ashes
technique.
in it because they think it's an ashtray, and you can say, "God damn it, that's not an ashtray. That's the top of my thing." Every single time I come in and I'm like, "Oh, you fucking use that for an ashtray?" So, but it comes in handy when you do need one, so you can wash it.
Well, we've made it a 2-piece unit now. So you put your go in, and then this silicone piece seals it.
Oh,
And then you put the top in.
Oh,
fuck
So
yeah.
you're not pulling out the whole device when you want to pull it out, or when you want to take it out, and you can.
Who thought that one up?
yeah. No, that's good
This
because
was
if it gets sticky and you pull it out, then it's really a bummer because you're like,
Yeah,
I've had it where
I
pull
take
out.
the go everywhere. This thing's a pain in the ass to like.
It's heavy too. Is it the same material?
When you're like moving around a bunch, this is
Is it the same material
Major
on
quality
the
improvement.
bigger piece? Is the bigger piece lighter or is the bigger piece?
Oh yeah, this is hard plastic too, so the handle's in there really good, so you don't rip the handle out. Like, see, people if they try to pull it too fast, they can pull the little handle off of this thing.
Not can.
Thing-
They will pull the
thing's
handle
in there.
off. How's that? They will pull the handle will come off.
The
Regardless.
handle will come off.
It doesn't matter what you do. It's gonna come off.
Good luck with this one though. This is
Nice.
it's much sturdier. Yeah. So little things.
And when
Not a
will
lot of other.
that ship?
Hopefully it'll be on the next batch. So probably it'll be here in about 2 months.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's really fucking quick in regards to going through a complete redesign and then getting it into the manufacturing system and the whole night. That
Yeah, I mean this next batch is just small changes. After that, we'll add a bunch of different tech to the device. But yeah, this next one's just more aesthetic changes.
Sweet. And then we were talking before about it. Like, is there a possibility of making this bottom piece deeper so that we have a less like the resin doesn't come to the top of that down stem?
So yeah, on the next piece, this next version, the next one that comes out, it'll be like the whole top part will be sealed in there.
Oh. So all sorts of improvements. And so everything from the ones that we already have are kind of like.
So like the top part where the battery is will
Yep.
all be silicone seal. So,
Gotcha. Okay.
I like that.
That's good because right now it has the plasticky thing.
you
I
know,
remember him. I remember Chris talking about that.
we were talking about this the other day, though. You get it from a complaint standpoint. You don't come close to what I experienced with the other electronic rigs in their version ones. I mean, not even close. It is night and day. Okay, the version ones that I remember from the other guys. How many atomizers did you break within the first few hours of using it, and then find out it was $50 an atomizer? I mean, it was absolutely fucking ridiculous. Adam used to joke that he had what he called a Puffco graveyard of like 30 fucking rigs.
Oh, I didn't have that many. I had a lot though.
You know,
No,
over
30.
the years.
Not 30, but I had a few.
Then who wrote to us and said that they had, was it the bro?
The bro. The bro
Yeah.
has a whole. He just goes and buys new ones. He's like, I don't even buy a new atomizer. I just go buy another one. It's like, okay.
I think I have 3 of the original ones but I didn't get the newer models because I just didn't want to have that experience.
Well, now look at you. You don't have to do any of that. It's over, bro. It's over.
Yeah, I used to do those little G pen wax pens, like
Atmos. I had the first Atmos. I had the very first series of Atmos, and they gave you 2 in one. Like, so you got a little case, and it had 2 of them in it because they knew. It was like obvious that they were like, well, if you give them 2, then 1 might work. That's kind of the angle I think they were working on. And it was like pretty much. I bought 100 of them, and I got 85 of them returned. Of the 100,
they wrote to me,
and everybody was like, "Dude, this thing sucks, bro." And I was like, I can't believe because it was great when it worked, but I also remember because it was those weird ones that were like kind of looked like lipstick almost or something. They were like a really weird shape, and the tops would kind of break off in your pocket, and it was just like a big mess, and you'd break, and it was like. I remember sitting in a club trying to fucking make it work the entire night, going like, it was like more frustrating than anything because you had it, but you couldn't smoke it, and you couldn't get it to work, and then it would jiggle it, and it was fucking. Yeah, those are the days.
I think there's over 1 million dabs of R&D that went into the making of the Go.
Just last week.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. It was a labor of love, especially from Christian.
That's awesome.
Setting off the fire alarm in his office at least 3 or 4 times a day.
Work.
Work.
Yeah, no, when he was on the show, he said he was averaging like 20 to 30 dabs a day. I was like, that's pretty respectable for R&D, at least, right?
Yeah. It's important, and I'm glad he did that.
I came in here last Friday, and he had like the full rig out with like the vortex, that whole like crazy nail thing. He just like took the most massive dab ever, and he's like, "This is the next."
Oh, good. We got something.
We're getting wild with the.
I just love hearing that he's still using, torch to dab so that he can strive to get the electronic rig to produce the same type of effect.
I mean, that's what it's about, right?
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, this is actually it right here. I don't know what
it's a slurper.
Terp slurper.
Yeah,
It's a slurp with the. Yeah.
It's a terp slurper. Shout out to our buddy John Kingston. It's the dab you take when you want to have like the equivalent of a musket. 2 minutes to reload.
Yeah, they'll definitely knock you down.
So come on, Mark, come up with a question so that we can give away a go.
So can we ask a question they can answer in the chat? And
yes. And then you take care of shipping them.
I can come up with a question.
Yeah. We'll just give you. We'll pick. Whoever wins, we'll figure out a way to get you their contact information.
Could we make it a Taylor Swift trivia question?
Oh God, no! Please no! Please.
That was a joke, guys.
You might as well tell a dead story on this show. You'll get just as much enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, we're hearing the conversation behind Papadopoulos. All right. So do you know what the question is?
Okay.
Working on it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
This is how the magic happens.
How do we connect them to you? Do we?
Oh, that's not a
We'll
problem.
figure out who it is, and I'll get them their info.
Yeah, we got that.
Oh, okay. Dave's gonna take care of everything. Perfect.
Well, I'm just trying to not be politically incorrect with my
Oh no.
my question choice.
Here we go. Politically incorrect.
You really politically incorrect? You want to do that after what Adam said last week on the show?
What did I say?
Okay.
Oh, Vinny was listening.
Vinny came with
and
his map
he's
gas
here.
and his.
He has gas and a torch. But he's old school. He has the fucking the Coleman camper.
He's got like a acetylene torch.
He has to wear a welder's mask to give you a dab, though.
Yeah, you can't stare straight at the.
Wasn't
flame.
there just a show where they said like you couldn't bring any torches, but it was a dab event?
Wow. No, I didn't hear about that.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're saying like no.
Oh,
open
Puff. It must have
alcohol,
been the
no
PuffCon. It
torches.
was probably PuffCon or whatever. That makes sense because
PuffCon.
I would imagine.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess.
I would imagine it's in their brand. It's on brand, right?
Yeah.
They were definitely not heady.
No.
They were saying everyone was using those like the heater for their quartz, the sous vide or whatever.
The coil?
Don't know. Savide, he said.
Yeah, it's like it blows hot air, and it gets the quartz to temp.
Here it comes.
And
Go ahead. What do they call it? What do they call it? Is it the Dave?
Yeah, the DJC. DJC Hot Air Special.
The hot air special. I like it. Blowing hot air over here.
Nobody knows about this shit.
No.
No.
Oh man.
Hold on, Jamie.
To be honest with you, that smells like pure gasoline.
Can you look up whatever it is? It's hot air dab tool. Oh, that should have been the question. Whoever can look that up the quickest.
Everyone's looking it up now. They're all like, hot air dab. What?
I mean, it's
Is
for
it Orville
quartz, but
Redenbacher?
it's-
Is it Orville Redenbacher?
Okay. I got a question. I got it.
Okay, everyone
Okay,
get
here's
ready.
the
So
question.
let's just make sure. Hold on.
I'm watching all of the chats too.
It's going to have to be typed into the chat.
I'm
It's
watching
going to
it.
be first person who gets the right answer. Mark is the official on this.
the official person to give it to Dave to figure it all out.
No, but you're going to decide the winner, and when that happens, I'll get their information to Chris and Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can Google the answer probably.
The official guy that gives it to Dave.
Monday,
No, don't Google.
Monday is Columbus Day.
Okay.
What were the name of the 3 ships that sailed with Columbus?
Done.
To discover-
Oh,
Oh,
hey, get out of there,
Pete.
Pete. Stop it.
What the fuck?
Too easy, man. You got to go.
You got to Google that? Are you saying that most people don't know that? And that this is
for
Who?
I could have told you that in a heartbeat, but let's see. Let's look here. No, see, they're already making fun.
What are they getting?
Is that a bad one?
Terp sous vide. All
okay,
right,
we got the
Zorro
first one.
got it.
Zorro got it. On all the chats, he's the first one.
Yeah, Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria.
Zorro PB.
That's like the only thing I know.
Yeah. Adam knew that one.
That's literally the only thing I would know.
All right.
Anything else about
All
Columbus?
this
Probably
trash
wouldn't have
talking
had it right.
about the American education system. I feel like we got that one right.
Wow. Well, I guess yeah.
How many miles?
Actually, we got it
away
all wrong. That's the problem.
Yeah,
It's
that's
all
the
bullshit.
kind of the problem,
It's actually,
actually,
none
right?
of that is true. You know that. Like it was all wrong. So yeah, we actually
Yeah.
got that all wrong.
Yeah.
But that was politically incorrect, by the way.
Oh man.
So
lots of
who's that?
disappointed people.
Who was
Who's
the
Zorro?
screen name?
Zorro.
Zorro.
Zorro, you are the winner.
I want to see
All right.
for how many
Dave,
minutes
can you,
we get
can you
these.
send me their
3
address in
ships.
a DM?
Well, hold on a sec. We have now. I might have thought too quickly. How do we get from the chat them
Yeah.
to know who they
Dave's address. Dave's address.
are? Zorro. Well, fuck. How do we do? So
How do you post his email?
I hate that there's no direct messaging on
there's no DM on YouTube.
On YouTube, it's dumb.
That's all right. We're gonna figure this out.
Zorro, if you have an Instagram account that matches your.
Just DM at DabX.
Oh, you're gonna get a lot.
Hit me up.
And here they come. Zorro 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah,
5.
take a
So
screenshot of
am
your
Zorro.
chat log from.
Oh,
your
there you
side.
go. There you go.
There
Take
you
a
go.
screenshot of your chat from your computer that you're Zorro and send it to at DabX on Instagram. Their DM.
Nick's already
Boom.
figured out how to do. He's like, it's easy. I can just take the screenshot of his thing, and then I'm gonna flip that.
All right, we got a call at 5 that we gotta be on.
Okay.
What?
All right.
Oh,
guys.
you're gonna tell him that you're renaming the tool, though, right? You're gonna be like, okay,
Yeah,
got confirmation from
Tool
Adam
X
Dun-
from the
Tool
Adam Dunn
X
Show marketing
team at Adam Dunn Show
specialist.
said it's 100% a go.
said it's 100%
Yeah,
go.
You just go.
It was basically like two of us that said it was cool. I'm just kidding.
So everybody who doesn't have a DabX, go to dabx.com.
Let's do one quick dab before you go.
And
Come on,
then
you gotta do one more.
enter Done Deal at checkout, and you're gonna get 20% off your new go.
All right, we'll do a send off dab with you guys. I think Adam's going for it right now.
Yeah, we gotta do that, right?
Yeah. Fang, you don't keep a rig in the car?
I'm very disappointed in you.
Yeah, come on. I mean, Papadopoulos has an excuse. He's in Spain.
I've been riding cleaner. I've been riding clean these days. I just I got too much to lose.
Catch me riding dirty.
Yeah, it's amazing how these things fit so well into a cup holder too.
Oh,
It's
right.
like,
It's like
it's like how these fit really good. Dink.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks for supporting
Blobby.
the event in Barcelona. I can't wait to try out a DabX myself. That I love everything I'm hearing.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
Yeah,
Well, guys,
Dave, I think, was promoting you guys like a whole year ago.
Yeah, he was a day 1. It was like a day 0.
Yeah, he was telling me about that.
Yeah. Love that. All right. Love you guys.
Love you.
Amen.
Peace out.
Thanks,
soon.
guys.
Thanks
Peace.
for everything, man. I'll represent the best I can. Thank you.
There you go. Lost
Hey.
due to incompetence. Yes.
All
I got
right.
a trivia. How did the word blockbuster come to be?
What, the video rental place?
Blockbuster Video.
Oh. Blockbuster. The word
I used to have fireworks called Blockbusters back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Remember those? Those
Yep.
are badass. Those are good. Those are good. I mean, a lot of money.
Blockbusters were 2 M80s, right?
I think so. Yeah, they were pretty good size.
A quarter stick of
Quarter stick.
dynamite.
They're like a quarter stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were nice. But what? Tell us, Papadopoulos, the scavenger
Is that
bastard.
going to be the scavenger hunt question?
Oh, wow. Actually, yeah.
Why didn't you do that as
That
a
would have
question?
been a great
You
question.
You could have jumped in and
That's a
gave
great
that
question.
question. Everyone would have tried to figure it out.
I just looked it up.
What is it?
that's what I was saying. Columbus was
I blame. It's an indictment of our American education system.
What is
Yeah.
it?
I blame
What's
that.
Blockbuster?
The term blockbuster originated in World War II. Is used to describe a large, highly destructive bomb that could destroy entire city blocks.
There we go.
Great. So we went to the
Nice.
video store named after a killing machine,
Killing machine.
a weapon of mass destruction.
The term blockbuster later became used in a figurative sense to describe powerful objects and powerful objects and events such as sports teams and hailstorms.
Really?
That was a blockbuster hailstorm.
Blockbusters.
Really?
That sounds very old timey right
Crank
there.
up the
Crank
old-
up- oh, yeah.
Blockbuster hailstorm?
Blockbuster hailstorm does not sound
No,
like
it
a
doesn't
thing.
sound right. You made that up, Mark.
I should have been more specific regarding movies like Blockbuster.
Oh,
Casablanca.
tell us. Yeah, well, it's obvious because it's around the block, right? So the line goes around the block, I would imagine. Blockbuster.
Well, when Jaws came out,
Yeah.
that first blockbuster movie, because the lines went around the block and then they had to go to the next block to go around that one. So it busted the blocks with lines. So it became the first blockbuster.
And here you are with all this useless knowledge that you could have used as our
And now you're heading up a scavenger hunt in Barcelona. Could have cured cancer.
Yeah.
Fucker. Brains like yours. Hey, shout out to Numbnuts who
Hey.
came through.
Zorro is gifting it to Y, to @Y.
Really?
That's what's happening.
Holy shit. We have
You're
a
the
gift
winner. Claim
going
your
down.
prize.
Oh, that's really cool, man.
Even better.
Very nice of you,
winners.
Zorro.
Zorro, you're the man.
Well, why is Zora doing that? Tell
He
us.
doesn't
Congrats, why?
He doesn't like dabs.
I don't know.
Oh, weird.
I don't know.
Strange, but accepted. We like it.
I don't know. That's what's happening right now. So I guess Y has to screenshot all this that's happening in the chat right now.
Because he's making it up. That's what's happening. Are Zorro telling you this, or is Y telling
No,
you?
it's Zorro saying
It's
this.
like Y's like, yeah,
He
Zorro
put
said
at
he's
Mark
gonna
Perez, officially gifting it to at Y. Thanks.
Amazing.
And he said Y is a good guy,
They're like the same person.
and he wanted one.
Oh, it's the same person, and he just wants to give himself a pat on the back.
That would be awesome. I would do that.
That-
I'm going to give this to Suburban House Radio.
Oh, I'm such a nice guy.
He's that guy that used to be on Douchebag and Pod. What was it called?
Douchebag.
Not.
and podcast?
Well, no. What was the name when you first started? You were. Fuck! I've totally forgot the name of the podcast.
Shitty Jamie?
No, he's thinking of your awesome podcast.
Sofa
that won.
Bab?
Sofa Bab. That was it.
Winner. What was it? What was the win? What did it win? I always had it wrong.
Oh, yeah, sociopathic. We're the...
That's what you won. Sociopathic podcast of the year.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're in the top 5.
Top
or something like
five
that.
That there are 5 is a conversation to be had.
Yeah.
Who are the other 4?
I don't know.
Did you guys win totally, or no? You just kind of got the
No,
top
we were
five?
just in the top 5.
So you're
There
losers.
was no winner. It was just
Oh, they didn't.
5 top sociopathic
Oh yeah,
podcasts.
Cool. We got the top 10. Yeah, we've been in that. So there you go.
So yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it's nice. Okay.
All right. Fang, great shot, buddy.
Oh, that's my bad.
The up
I
the
didn't
neck
realize
shot.
that we didn't.
There he is.
There we
Oh.
go. Lost.
No,
I
we only
wasn't.
had half you. We had half you.
Yeah.
We had an arm in one. Yeah. Okay.
You got an armpit and a neck.
No, we got James Bean coming in a few. But anyone go to numbnutsco.com. Get yourself some numbnuts. And if you're a medical patient, click the Find Our Nuts and go find where their numbnuts is. 1,000 milligrams. Vinny eats it by the spoonful. Too bad it can't be on the menu. You can be like barbecue ribs with a side of numbnuts. Did we lose Papa?
Yeah.
That's okay. He's calling from Spain.
It's all right. But
Spain is fine.
so
It was like 3 in the morning or something.
tomorrow CannaCon again. You got one more day, or
No, this
that
happened.
was it.
Yeah, I got one more day.
no.
Just gonna go hang out, try to do some networking. I mean, I'm completely out of the loop in the corporate world, and just gotta make some connections and shit.
Yeah. Well, now you got no weed either, so now you gotta go get some weed. Gotta go find your friends. Be like, hey, you remember when I gave you some weed? I'm like, yeah, it's time to give me some weed.
Actually, dude, I was gonna go and I wanted to bring one of my live tops out to show these fools.
Yeah.
Like, imagine I came with like a fucking foot-long nug of just grape stomper. Like, they've never seen shit like this. So that's probably what I'm gonna do tomorrow is
Nice.
cut a fat cola and just walk around with it.
Yeah, I did it at the
Yeah,
Champs.
I mean, there's nothing else to do there.
I did it at Champs, and it was just funny because I just was like, had some seeds to sell, and I was like, oh, I'll just take. Before I left the house, I grabbed 3 tops, put them in a little jar, put it on the back of a wagon, and I just walked around with it, and it was like the most exciting thing to everybody in the whole show. I was like, Jesus, it's just a couple plants, but it's like, are those real? And it's like, yeah, dude, of course they're real. I'm not gonna walk around with fake plants. Like, what the fuck?
Everybody was stopping you and was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, they get a little beat up by the end of the day, though. So make sure you have them in some water and make it late. Otherwise, they look great when you leave the house, but you're like,
That's why I didn't bring it. I was like, it's gonna wilt, and I don't really want to hold on to this thing. It's heavy. Then you need to make like vases, whatever, for like just fat colas.
No, that's what Tim Tipton used to do way back in the day. This old like can of superhero here in Colorado used to ride his Harley around, and he used to he was at the beginning of the medical movement here in regards to making sure grows had enough patience. And his thing was he would just take the colas, and he had these big long plastic tubes, and it was just single colas dried and cured. And that was his thing. And I was surprised it never caught on. I think the whole style of growing changed where you almost didn't want that. You just wanted small nugs that nobody had to, to fuck with.
in any commercial situation, they don't want to have any big giant buds anymore. It used to be, and that was the thing. Is in Holland, I figured that out pretty quickly because it was like, they're like, what am I going to do with that? You know, and you're like, oh, well, I don't know, sell it. And they're like, dude, I got to break that shit all up into little things. People are buying this, you know, what I mean? No one's buying fucking, but they would do it.
It doesn't even
occasionally.
look good.
Occasionally they would do it, and they'd hang like a 8-gram bud up or something like that. And I was like, dude, you're going to always find people who want those.
It was the beginning of the term bag appeal. You know, it was a different type of sales. So I get it. It changed, but that was his thing. I always remember that. I saved the tubes for a little while, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Taking up space.
You're back home, Mr. Pop?
Yeah, I'm actually right outside the house. I was thinking. Oh, you're talking to.
I didn't know. I didn't realize he was talking to you. I think he's talking to you.
No, I was talking to you. I was talking to Papadopoulos.
The guy that just got home.
He got home at the same time as I was saying, hey, you're home. Yeah. But I meant you. Anyway, you're all home now. Everybody's home.
Yeah, well, this is my home for next day too. I'll be home in Greece Sunday.
Very nice.
You know, and you know, I still hope to bring something there eventually. It's just, it's a weird climate as far as the politics go, you know. But we are planning some other things too. We want to do an organic cup in Oregon, in Boston, in Prague next year, after Cannabis, maybe June.
Nice.
Well, we're talking to Adam Dunn. Maybe there's an opportunity to do something in Colorado.
Always
with the organic community, because I don't really have I don't know that as many people out there that are
going to be
organic.
Well, that's the thing. We'll be at the organic. We'll be at that Living Soil Cup in 2 weeks. So we'll get you a whole list of people there, and so you can start with that.
Oh, yeah.
They're on the western slope, but I mean, I don't know. I'm sure everybody's entering from all over the state.
This show is worldwide.
Does Mark know about that?
Yeah,
I know about it.
Are you coming to Montrose?
Yes, everybody. We all have to. Somebody has to.
These are my babies.
What? Someone has to.
So
you don't travel well. What's up?
Oh, look at this. He works hard.
Look, he broke into somebody's grow room, dude. He's broken into somebody's grow room. Oh shit. Nice.
Fang. Ripper.
Oh, it's Croptober, dude. He's in somebody's room. He's going to steal somebody's room. Motherfucker. Nice.
Is that your neighbor?
No, that's him.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's my front yard.
Breaking all the rules. Nice. Lighten them up.
Very nice. This late in the day, it would in the season get fucked up.
Nah, not really. Not like this.
Yeah, it's the moon.
Very nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, so these are coming down soon.
Not fading too much though. Pretty
What
green.
was your address again?
Considering you gave them so much fruit juice, they're not fading. The fruit juice.
Yeah, they're not fading. The soil is really rich, and it's just I mean, I've just been giving it water only, but they're just definitely staying pretty green.
Now get off your face. Get on the plants.
Looking sweet. What do we got?
Wow.
Yeah, getting close.
What are we looking at? What strain?
This is the grape stomper.
Oh, yeah, beautiful.
Nice.
That's some chunky one too for a grape.
Yeah, and she's just really performing outside. Definitely a hash plant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be doing a lot, and I've already been doing a lot of work with her, just kind of modernizing her, getting those solid, dense nugs to form. But this is the original mother.
That's awesome.
This is what we built our brand off of, and I was selling this, in college. So this is like kind of what I cut my teeth on, and then we've built our company off of Grape Stomper, and so I'm kind of like looking to bring her back, and so look forward to a lot of new Grape Stomper work. She's already in a lot of genetics out there, but it's like about time to.
It's a good one. It's a great plant. It was definitely one of those ones. It was right. It sucks because when we got busted, we had one plant in one room, and it was like nobody could believe it was one plant kind of thing. They were like, what do you, oh yeah, look what we got here. And it was like, oh, that's one plant. I was like, what? That's one? It was like, it took them a while to realize. I was like, yeah, it's fucking one big ass plant. But yeah, it's beautiful. It just grew super wide because we had cut it, we had trimmed it out early. But yeah, definitely frosty. And like I said, hash maker for sure. If you're making hash, that was a winner out of the gate.
You taking anything to fresh frozen?
Yeah, actually, a lot of this I was gonna do fresh frozen and just save the premium tops for my own smoke.
Yeah.
But actually, I was gonna ask you, Adam, are you still breeding?
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Oh, that wasn't like a joke question like Mark asks sometimes when he's.
That's a joke question. No. Yeah, we're still doing stuff. I got so Sage Master Select is my private sort of label, but then in TH Seeds, I'll feed them things if they, keep them kind of current with stuff. But I'm not there, so not much I can do there. So we got Julian. Do you ever meet Julian from TH Seeds?
No, I've never met Julian.
Julian, so he does all the breeding over there. He's a French kid. He's very good. He came to us at Cannabis probably 12 years ago or something like that, and showed us some things he had done with our seeds, and kind of joined the team, and he's been helping Doug since. So pretty much when I left, he took over where I was doing stuff, and then they were doing a lot of stuff in Spain anyway. So, like everybody.
Amazing.
So so TH Seeds is Julian and Doug, and then Sage Master Select in America, and TH Seeds. I still do all the regular stuff for him, and they're just feminized, focused. You know what I mean? Because that's the whole thing. Is when we were doing work back home, it was always a little bit of a. It was like just different directions. Like I was like so not interested in doing feminized in the beginning, and I was like, Doug, we got to like hold our ground and be the guys who never do it, right? And he was like, fuck that, dude, we need money and we're broke and everybody wants feminized, right? And so I was like, all right. And so when I left, they really focused heavily on that, you know what I mean? Because that's their wheelhouse pretty much. And I kind of stayed in my lane too, where I'm like, I'll still do it I'll do it for reasons that I need to do it, but as far as for production, I feel like I like to give people genetics that they can breed with, and just see it go down the line somewhere, instead of being like, and come back for more when you need them. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of how you get a lot of these companies. They realize like, oh, well, if we just only sell feminized, then people keep coming back and they keep buying. Right. Especially if it's like auto feminized, it really is not interesting to me at all. I'm like, oh, no, not interested. And I'm congratulate all those people that do it, because I'm like, dude, that's a lot of stress, in my opinion, to deliver product that's so precise of what you're looking for, because very rarely do I see it where it does what it does and it delivers the product that you want. But it happens, and there's we've had a few people on that have been pretty impressed with what they're doing, and they're definitely getting better, like Mephisto and people like that broke that mold, where it was like for the longest time I was like, ugh, autos, nah.
Guess what he cut his teeth on, I guess, or in other words, what did he build his line off of?
Probably something from you, I'd imagine. What's that? What did you do?
Grape. Yeah, I guess that was a little like a leading question, but no, it was the grape stomper. Like, awesome. So I'm not the breeder. I just recognized fire when I see it, and I decided to like go all in on the this strain and the grower who I ended up starting Gage Green Group with. But but yes, a lot of other growers have used the grape stomper and built their repertoire and entire amazing line. So the sour stomper, which is Mephisto's grape stomper auto version, became his like main auto parent. And so and he is now part of multiple outfits and is doing incredible work with the Autoflowers, and started by adding frost to it. So the grape stomper is what really solidified autos as being something that is even.
And it's
worth
funny because
growing.
I think that might have even been what James and I saw when we were in Oregon one time, and we were at a show in Portland, and we were like, oh, let's go do a little tour. We toured some gardens, and we were going through this one spot. I forget the name of it, but it was like, there was so much plywood in this place. It was tripping me out. I was just kind of like, are you fucking kidding me? You built it, because it's Oregon, of course. So they're like, wood is just like, wood, build it all out of wood. So they had this entire like, I don't know, maybe 6,000 square foot or something was all wood. You know what I mean? And I was just like, this is weird. Like, this is like, so felt like I was in a home grow, but in a big one, big. But then they had this one auto, and it was like both James and I were like, holy shit, like that's a fucking nice looking auto, because it was just like we'd been so used to the lowriders and all the bullshit that kind of came down the line that was like 2 foot tall if you're lucky. Maybe you might get an ounce of weed if you're lucky too. So you were kind of like, eh. And that was the first one where I was like, oh shit, that looks doable. You know what I mean? And that was probably like 2018 or something like that. Yeah, he definitely, he's doing good work. That's the thing is, if you stick into, if you're into that kind of like doing that, and you can just hone in on it, it's like I said, I congratulate people for that, but I'm like too interested in just kind of keeping old school stuff alive and occasionally trying new stuff to see what's out there. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I look at it. Because
No, you're very much like me. All organic, regular, and photoperiod. I mean, it just that's where the champions are made.
Well, the problem I don't like about the autos is you can't keep the moms around, which makes it a little complicated because now everything's like, you know, you see it once and you take some notes and you kind of hold on to those seeds and grow it again if you want it, but you can't like I like just having the mom and being able to work backwards and guaranteed exactly what I had. So even with males, because a lot of people don't like to keep males around, but I usually keep males for a while, or a clone of a clone of a clone of a clone, just until I'm 100% sure I don't, because I know I can never get that one back again. Either that, or I'm going to do a lot of numbers, you know what I mean? And just don't have that, unfortunately, don't have that space or time, you know what I mean? So more or less like small projects, keep it tight, keep everything backed up if you can, you know?
How about you guys doing a collab?
Yeah, for sure. I'm down. We're always down.
I would be super down. I've been looking up to Adam and seeing your work since I was a nobody. So
thanks, man. I mean, yeah, definitely down to always do something. And again, like, you know, we'll keep in touch about the doing something out here. But anytime you're in Colorado, we'll host you or whatever. So, you know,
appreciate you both. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Yeah, thanks for having us on here and giving us.
Well, you know,
likewise, we got to get you guys out to Barcelona, man. You guys got to be in Barcelona this year coming up, man.
I know, and you have enough time to organize all the money that you need to get to build up, you know, the coffers, so you can get the private jet for us, and you know, we
No, you figured at least this, as early as it is right now, you'll be able to get the business class tickets before his rider kicks in and he has to fly in a fucking suite. You know, I saw those new. In fact, he'll have to fly to like Qatar so that he could have his own private room, because I don't think anybody else has a plane like that. So that's really the only place he can go.
It's tough being me.
There's a radar detector you got to go through. I hope that's not a problem.
Oh, it's
you want the double-decker charter.
Yeah.
No, we'd love it. Pete and I were talking. We'll figure out a way that we could make this all happen.
This year we're going to make it happen, because last year we talked about it. We got kind of close, but we had half of us were there.
It was you know what? I don't think anybody can. The last 3 years have really been fucked on a multiple of levels, and we're really trying to bring it back. And I was talking to someone today, and really we came down. We have the solution. So we can fix the world's problems. Ready? Everybody needs to smoke more weed. It's just that simple. It really is what I know. And I'll get hate mail for that, or Mark will get it and pass it on to me for sure. It really just fucking so many people would calm down.
That they are not meant to smoke weed. You know, they're just when they. I don't know.
I think it could benefit more people than it would.
I do too. I wish everybody got what I got when they smoked weed. You know what I mean? But I don't think everybody's like. Some people I know who really it just they're not.
I've had more than a few conversations with people who have said, you know, the first time I smoked, or, you know, early on I smoked it and I got sick and I didn't smoke for years. And I'm thinking to myself, well, that's what a market without adequate testing can bring, right? Can you imagine the shit we smoked? I mean, not Adam, because he knew better, but I have no idea what I was probably smoking back in the 80s and 90s with Miracle Grow in it and fucking whatever it was. And it who the hell, I didn't know.
Well, I mean,
mold.
You know, I would go to the arcade and find the guy with the joints, so the basketball court, and buy a dime bag. I mean, I don't know where that shit came from or who did what with it. So, you know.
But I think that's the beauty of a really nice regulated market and organic growers that are keeping it alive, and we go from there. But for now, I really do think the cure.
I think the key for organics though is like let people gotta, pay a little extra to understand that it's worth it, because if they do it with food and have no problem with food, they understand, oh, this apple costs this apple costs that, this is conventional, this is organic. And it hasn't quite happened yet in cannabis where people really, will go out of their way to pay extra to have organic. But I think once they do, it'll make it where people will, go in that direction more. Because that's my biggest problem, is that there's too many people growing that are just looking at bottom, they're just looking at their bottom line, and they say they can't afford it, but really it's actually not more expensive if it's implemented out of the gate, you know what I mean? And down the road, it always becomes cheaper, right? And the workload's less if you're smart.
Help me do it. I think that there's a lot of opportunity to teach people the right SOPs so they can produce quality organic that can then be rebranded and put into shelves. I think too many growers think it's hard, difficult, or impossible.
Yeah.
And
we know that.
Been running into that wall a lot.
Right.
Well, you're also running against a commercial model that was built, here in Colorado and in California, and then basically mirrored.
The problem in the commercial side is that people are scared of failing their heavy metal tests. And then if it's in a non-commercial situation, it's like sometimes it's just because they're so used to this being bottle fed everything, you know what I mean? So it's like, and they're too easily, shiny things are too exciting. You go to the grow shop and they're like, ooh, add this to the resin. Like, no, don't, it's like there's always an extra new bonus additive that you can use or something. So
if you're a commercial grower right now, you're on such a shoestring budget, making little to no profit at all, just keeping your business alive. To make any change means you're risking staying open. It's that most of these kind of businesses are so close to failure. You forgot your tool here, Mr. X. Are so close to failure they can't take those chances. And I'm hoping that with people, like you guys who are growing organically, like JW, who really has that sort of that next level scalability going. Once it gets out there and we start reading about, a 20,000 to 50,000 foot, Natura Life Sciences size, 200,000 foot, something like that, with proper SOPs that support organic growing, I think you'll see it everywhere. It's just like it happened in the food industry. It took a while, but once it took hold, now it's everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Almost half the shelf space is organic versus what they would call conventional.
Again, because people use their wallets and they buy it and be like, hey, look at the numbers here. We need to buy more organic. And
they get it.
The shelf expands each time. So, well, hopefully that's the way it goes.
I think it's coming. I really do think it's coming. I mean, I think we're at a point right now where people, again, the last 3 years, look what we went through. And they're thinking of what they're putting in their bodies, that what they're being exposed to. And food can be a killer. The shit we put in our food. Shit, speaking of that, did you hear? I can't believe I would say it out loud. I did not verify the source, but maybe Mark can, that that in Britain they're gonna phase out tobacco sales.
I saw something about that.
I saw a headline too, but I don't know.
Yeah, that they're just basically gonna set a date.
Yeah.
And that if you were born...
And after that date, no one can buy cigarettes anymore.
Well, no. The way it's going to work is it's going to grandfather. So they'll pick a day, like if you're 18 today and you can't legally smoke, for the rest of your life, the date will always change to the following year until you die, so that no new smokers can come on from the newest generations. I feel like I'm back in debate in high school, where I can almost argue both sides of it. You cannot legislate, regulate personal behavior. What you can do is educate people to make the best decision they possibly can for themselves. And it's rough with tobacco. It's just such a, because if we are okay with it, right? I mean, well, what's next? What what will they ban next? What will the elected white guys in power?
Processed food. Oh wait, no, never mind.
No,
not
listen.
that.
I
I'll
wish
stick around.
if it were something, you know. I mean, there's a slippery slope. We live in this culture right now where we go to such extremes.
Klaus Schwab said that there's not going to be cars after 2020. Like nobody will have a car after 2030. And you're like,
Good.
okay, this guy's got
I agree
to
with
be
it.
taken out
I'm in.
now.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, if we're going to really get there, I think almost just as equal as the climate problems we're having right now are the multiple billionaires that are now popping up all over the place. That the individual takes $1 billion out of our society. Think of what it could do for cannabis. You know, if we had that money to play with. There's a lot of shit. I don't know even how we got off, but anyway. That was my Dave rant.
Well, if they ban future generations from smoking cannabis, man.
Right. That's why that's why I'm not in favor of banning tobacco. Why can't you take all the money that's going to go in to this campaign to legislate a behavior? You can't invest it into your education
It's just
system.
another prohibition.
It's just kind of Darwinism anyway.
It's bullshit. Invested in education.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know it is, right, because what was it? How old were we when they started the anti-cigarette smoking education, like the 80s?
80s something, yeah.
Like 85, it became really uncouth. They started tried to phase it out of movies. Well, people learned, and they chose not to smoke, you know? They didn't.
But they're saying the same things about cannabis, and there's warning labels on every bag. So what's to say that in 10 years they're not going to bring the whole thing back and say, look, it's causing problems. And perhaps it's not the original herb, or I've heard, and this is hearsay potentially, that tobacco's not toxic, but that it became highly processed and toxic when it became cigarettes. It's like smoking a pack of Jeters or some real.
Until you ignite it, you mean? Until you light it? Is that what you're saying?
No, or like it's so heavily processed, right, that it's no longer like the raw tobacco organic leaf, that it's been sprayed.
Well, you know, it's like when there's like an Indian ceremony and people bring, like they'll tell you bring tobacco, right? And so everyone brings like Marlboros, and I'm just like, God, this is so horrible. Like they accept it and they use it in the ceremony, and I'm just like, that is not tobacco. That shouldn't even be considered tobacco. But it's just like because it's so hard for them to get just natural tobacco leaf, or in general, it just doesn't comes easy. So people just kind of think
there's like 180 added chemicals,
at least, yeah, exactly,
in cigarettes that
make it burn better, to make it
flavor, and to make it not go out. That's the big thing. You don't want it they never wanted it to go out, so they put, I think it's Coumadin in it, which just makes it you get that sizzle, and it's I agree. It is not what I almost think, like, because we didn't really read what this law is about them phasing out cigarettes, could you then just grow your own?
But they're going to sell
natural
vapes,
tobacco?
basically, is what they're going to do, right? They're going to sell vapes.
Oh, of course.
So the tobacco they'll still have nicotine accessible, but not in smokable form. Is that the kind of the idea?
I don't know. Let's see. UK plan could phase out smoking among young people by 2040. Let's see. But
they should just put the money into education.
Okay.
Right.
If passed into law, the smoking age would rise by 1 year every year, potentially phasing out smoking amongst young people almost completely as soon as 2040.
Because underage smoking has never existed.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're not going to get.
Isn't it illegal now to be underage?
There's going to be like underground illegal
so when you're like
easy cigar
so like
bars.
in 20 years it's going to be like, if you're under 42 years old, you cannot buy
small amount of tobacco.
And you're like, God damn you.
Could you imagine the 21-year-old cop who has to legislate to a 60-year-old?
Yeah.
Sorry, sir.
You
have to be 61 to smoke tobacco.
I don't really see new smokers. I see new vapors. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I see, like, new kids, like, smoking vapes and not really cigarettes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I don't see any young kids smoking cigarettes anymore.
Yeah,
I, mean,
like,
I don't hang around with little kids who are probably smoking cigarettes, but I'm sure they're out there. But for the most part, vape is the way to go. Right? I mean,
the tobacco industry, if they don't get you smoking by 18, they don't get you as a customer. Okay, they just don't. It just doesn't. This is one of those statistics. So
I was the opposite. I smoked from 15 to 18. As soon as I turned 18. because cigarettes went above $2, and I was like, "You're not going to charge me more than $2 for a pack of cigarettes?" And I stopped. I quit. I was an old man at 18.
Wow.
Yeah.
$2 broke you.
Yeah,
broke you like
Mark Perez lore right there.
I had the same experience. So what year was this? How old? Do you mind me asking?
Let's see. I was
Mark
18.
is 62.
He's so old.
I was born in 81, so I don't know. Let's see. I was 18. I was like probably like
So it was
98, 97, 98. Somewhere around there.
$2 a pack.
I mean, I smoked in high school, which
So
is
crazy
2
how
years
quickly
before that.
That was for marbles.
And what is it, like
it
$7
was like
now or
for
something?
good cigarettes. Yeah, $2.
$6 or $7 now.
Oh, come on. Remember
Now it's like-
1990?
yeah,
when
$7 for sure.
Cannabis passed the price of gold, and people were paying $250 an ounce, and gold was less than that. And you're like, holy fuck. Damn. You mean every time I buy an ounce of weed, I could be buying an ounce of gold and socking it away. Now gold's $2,000 an ounce.
Yeah, you don't even want to think that way.
Yeah.
You're muted.
You're muted, Fanger.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, like, I think that there's a Jack Herrera or somebody used to tout the idea that hash used to be a form of currency.
Yeah.
Well, weed used to be actually at a certain point here too, where they had to pay their taxes in it. So you paid like in the beginning, when they were founding father times, they were like, hey, you could pay your taxes in hemp because we need it. So they just come there with their thing, and pay their taxes. So yeah, weed's always been valued like that, and that's the way it should be. I would love it if people would go back more to that barter mentality. You know what I mean? Like just bring in your hemp.
Like,
especially with how much
Speaking
work
of barter,
Speaking of barter, we got
on
barter.
what's the date?
21st.
The 21st.
So the day after Montrose.
So we have to be back from
Yeah, dude.
Montrose that night?
Yeah, bro. This is
Nobody planned this.
This is a day trip.
Yeah.
To
The show,
Montrose.
isn't it a 4-hour drive?
I don't know.
It's long.
It's a 3-hour tour, I thought.
It's a 3-hour.
We got Bar Terp Town the next day.
We'll figure it out.
We'll
Okay.
figure it out.
We will figure it
All
out.
right. I'll stay here. You guys go. It's cool.
There you go.
Yeah. That's
Well, you
perfect.
can do it from here, right?
Oh,
If you
yeah.
need to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You don't need to be riding 8 hours.
Oh, yeah.
We can just one.
No, he works like he's the hardest working person you have ever met.
Show business.
No, in show business and in the 4 other jobs he has now. Because is it 9 jobs? How many? It's a lot. He
It's a
works
lot of
fucking
jobs.
hard.
I can't even remember.
He
Okay.
works really hard. But
Anyways,
Bar Terp
we'll figure it
Town,
out. Bar Terp Town.
We're trying to bring back the barter system, so you can come by on the 21st from noon to 7:10, and there'll be vendors here and food people, and the barbecue is amazing. It's called Blazing Fire Barbecue.
That's right. Sohi Cafe.
At Sohi Cafe, and from what I'm told, especially on a Friday, if you don't go to their pre-order and order it online and have it waiting for you,
They've been selling out.
It usually sells out.
But now they got a big boy smoker out there. They got
Big Daddy.
Yeah,
a
they got
Big
Big
Daddy
Daddy. Oh yeah,
smoker.
it's like the real deal.
Cadillac of
Like,
smokers.
Yep.
You literally, I think, could have bought a Cadillac
Really?
for the
Then-
smoker price.
They went Big Daddy. Right.
We went Big Daddy. So yeah, come on down, 4300 West Alameda Avenue, Sohi Cafe. Bar Terp Town next weekend, but you can come
Not
here.
next weekend.
Oh, 2 weekends from now.
That's right. But you can
2
come
weekends
anytime.
from now,
You
but
can
you
come
can come
anytime.
here anytime.
But come after 4 o'clock.
After 4 if you want BBQ.
Should just say after 4:20, really, because that's kind
Oh.
of 4:20 on.
You don't want to say that because you're
Yeah, you
gonna
do.
you got people coming here thinking that you can get weed.
No, you don't. It doesn't mean you get weed.
No,
It
it's just
means
after
it's
4:20,
it's a time.
man.
It's a time, sir.
Anyways,
We're gonna take it over.
Blazing Fire Barbecue. Come check it out.
Check it out.
Check it
And
out.
he serves.
I know
amazing
Peter
coffee.
Papadopoulos would love that. I'm not sure
Yeah.
about Fang. I don't even eat it. See, this is like
There's
the
even a matcha
I was
latte
saying
if
this is
you
the
want
first
one.
time we'll make money because
Is it vegan?
No, that's the whole thing. Is
Right,
it's
Benny?
a total briskets and meat, and so it's like I'm like, finally, I can make money with a business. I won't eat any of it. I will not touch one drop of it. Like normally, it's like selling weed, not making money, right? Doing like you're like, I want to keep that. So yeah, there's no falling in love with, but it's
So
definitely.
you're
fire.
selling the carnivore's meat.
Yeah, well, we have luckily, so we got a coffee shop here, and we have matcha lattes, and we have
coffee.
We have beautiful quality stuff. But then at the same time, we're also in a neighborhood that doesn't really get it. You know what I mean? And the combo where we have a really awesome chef who's came in and was selling with he was with at one of our bar trip towns, selling his. We had him set up, and we realized. That's the fucking ticket right there because look at Pete. He's ready to come back. He's like, briskets, bring it, right?
Yeah, dude.
So unfortunately, you and I, Fang, we're definitely the minority here in the world.
Just throw the corn on the grill and that'll be good.
That's right. So we always
I've been trying to embrace some of Fang's eating habits a little more too. I mean, I love meat, don't get me wrong, but when I don't eat it, it's definitely there's a difference,
What I studied all these natural healing protocols for reversing terminal disease because at one point I thought that I was dying.
Really?
Or I felt like it, and I didn't want to go get a diagnosis, so I went online and studied
That's always a good
all the
idea.
ways of how to.
I went online and I started looking up diseases and I said, "Oh no,
God.
I got that." That's the worst. Don't do that.
Yeah.
That's the
Adam will
opposite.
send you a picture of a Q-tip.
What I learned online was that diseases are almost like they're not as real as we might think they are, and that we have an innate ability to overcome them that we are not told about.
It's also interesting is that most people don't realize it because everybody in America thinks they're all somehow we're in some sterile world and things don't come here, that's over there. But the reality is most of the disease is parasitic in form. You know what I mean? And that's why ivermectin and those kind of things, those are all for parasites. Those are people in other countries.
That's why they work. Right?
That's why people in other countries do it all the time because it's we get parasites, we know it, so we eat these things and we kill it. And over here, nobody thinks they ever get them, so they just get them and then they figure out way later that they have.
Dude, if you go to a doctor here and you say I have worms or parasites, they'll put you in a psychiatric hospital. You're crazy, right? I was just telling Peter this. I was like, dude, the reason why you might have difficulties controlling your diet or having cravings is because you actually have parasites, worms, fungal like Candida albicans and different things that are actually triggering you to want or crave certain things because it's beneficial to them, not you. 100%. So the first week of any naturopathic herbal regimen is to take herbal anti-parasites like wormwood, pau de arco, clove bud, black walnut hull, and it's something that we could all utilize in our regimen on a daily or every month or two type basis, where you basically cleanse your body of the worms and the fungal, and just like that, you'll no longer have cravings for things that are not beneficial for.
Well, that is the funny thing is you don't realize, we always joke with our kid about that too, where it's this is the microbes, dude. It's not you, it's the microbes that are fucking, they want that
You
food.
say that too?
Yeah, and he's like, he knows it too. And it's true because
they're the force.
Just fasting in general, if you just do a couple, a 72-hour fast, nothing big, but something like that, you figure out quickly where your little, what they want. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, I just can't read you. They want ice cream. They want ice cream right now. They're like, ice cream. Come on, give me the ice cream. You know what I mean? And you're like, if you can just break through that 24 hours.
Sometimes you could just crack your neck or burp or dislodge a pocket of mucus and boom, it falls into your mouth and then you burp and you feel the gas move through your head and all of a sudden the thought goes away and you no longer crave it. That's how intricate healing can be when you tap into that level that you're talking about.
Well, it's funny. It's funny is my wife actually pointed it out, and it was like, oh yeah, you're right. She's like, it's the same as your fucking plants. It's dry back. Let them dry back, and they fucking boom, they pop out of it happy as fuck because they're fasting. You know what I mean? Whereas if you overwater them, it's just like when you feed, you're eating all your food, and then you eat more food, and then you're you don't really need food, but you eat more food, and then you go.
You haven't digested it yet.
Exactly, and then
many things.
You don't really pop out of that. You know what I mean? You stay in that kind of that lower sort of vibrational mode.
And then they get puffed. They're they're just like not able to get taught.
Yeah, they're like this,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden they're like, when they're like looking
Like
all
this.
happy as fuck, it's like, yeah, they're perfect. They're a little light, you know what I mean? They got to
All they needed was to get dry.
exactly, and then they come back,
So-
and then you refeed them, and then they go through the phase again, and it's like,
Dude, I learned this. Yeah, dude, I saw that analogy through like the fasting and the intermittent fasting and just the dry backs and also nutrient burn. See, like a lot of people don't understand, but why is it good to not eat meat for a period of time? It's not that you can't eat meat or that humans aren't able to eat meat and that's why you shouldn't eat meat. That's bullshit. Obviously, we can eat meat.
yeah, you just don't need
It's
to eat
just
3
that
times a day. That's all people go like,
Right,
3 times
it's-
every day. Every
So when you
meal.
talk
Think
about
your
intermittent,
MPK.
yeah,
You know, think about it's high in nitrogen because it's protein. It's pure protein. What is that? If you break it down, it's a nitrogen atom. And if you are feed your plant too much nitrogen, what are you going to have? Tip burn to the point where it's going to affect the growth,
right.
or it's going to make it curl. And so all these things, you realize that, well, maybe I just need a more balanced MPK ratio. And that's how we should start thinking for humanity. And it's crazy that like we've lived life for so long and just haven't include into these like tips. You know,
well, Fang, you brought up the concept of intermittent fasting. So you got to think about that for a second. It's right. It's just 2 words. It's intermittent fasting. But if you think for a minute, if you accept that how we evolved, like we talk about the endocannabinoid receptor system, CB1 and CB2, that we had to have an evolutionary relationship with the cannabis plant to develop those receptors. We were consuming them, you know, at a species level, okay? And so we developed a way to metabolize them. The human of the species, right? How did we eat when we were 20, 30, 40, 50, 100,000 years ago?
Intermittently,
you know,
because we didn't have a choice.
Right.
You had
It wasn't there. There was no refrigerator. It was, you took your club and you went and got it, or you lived, or you ate fruit, whatever it was.
3 hots on a rock.
And what's funny is you probably got the more hungry you got.
You know, there
probably the more
could have
on point you
potentially
got.
been a path where there was so much abundance to the point where no scarcity existed, that there was so much food for all humans and animals that there was no killing. And there's also some theories of people being breatharians at one time.
Oh,
and
they're out there.
why there's no bathrooms in the Versailles. And, you know, they'll be like, oh, yeah, they just shat in pails and dumped it out the windows. It's like, no, that's not what they did. Like some people believe, and this is obviously more fringe, like metaphysical, like whether people can live off of not eating is
Are you talking about the people who stare at the sun?
No,
like
I know
they
breatharians.
say,
I know breatharians. I mean, the thing is, they call themselves breatharians, but obviously they eat some. But it's just like, you know, there's guys out there who have said barely, and definitely you can run super lean. I mean, it's not that fucking.
Well, you know what?
Not
Like
that hard.
today I
Oh, here we go, breatharian Pete.
No, I all day long I've been like all around the city, and even like tonight, just walking back and everything all day long. I think all I ate was like a little one of those little European sandwiches, you know, and it gave me all the energy that I needed. You know,
look how healthy the people in Barcelona are.
Oh, Europe in general, I guess. I mean, there are some unhealthy people, but you get to America, and man, the unhealthy people in America make.
Well,
it's like,
what
oh
are
my
the
God.
number?
What's
What's
the
the
difference?
number of chemicals that you can put in American food, but you can't put in
Ridiculous.
in
I mean, the thing
European
is, when
food?
you look at the combo, you like take the same label, go European label, American label, and you're like, well, they have like 8 ingredients, and we have like 62, and you're like, doesn't make sense. It's the same thing. It comes out, looks the same, tastes the same. Why do we even waste our time putting that?
Yeah,
shit
how
in?
do you ever become that way?
Because of all
You
the
guys ever have
lobbyists, all the lobbying, and all the different people who are like, yeah, we got all this extra crap. We need to put it in something.
Because our politicians get elected, and then 50 years later they die in office, instead of having actual new people come in who are thinking, you know, in terms of who they represent.
Like Dave the Cop. Like elect Dave the Cop.
Ooh, Dave the Cop.
Every 5 years.
Have you guys ever drank Mountain Dew in Europe?
No.
No.
Well, so no, the reason I say it is because like they have Mountain Dew, and in the United States, if you pour Mountain Dew into a glass, it looks like fucking antifreeze. It's like this
neon.
color that is nothing natural. There's not like that's not natural color. You know what I mean? It's like it's almost glowing. Whereas in Europe, it kind of tastes pretty much the same, but the bottle is that color. And if you pour the liquid into the glass, the liquid is like clear or kind of like a little frosty, but it's not. They don't allow them to put that color in Europe.
That's cool. There you go. Now that's an American observation if I ever seen one right there. The fuck is going on here? It's fucking
there's obviously something bad in that color that America
it's
is
like
willing
cancerous
to accept.
yellow 5.
There's nothing about that color which says healthy. There's definitely not.
That's why I usually get the hot pink one. I'm just kidding.
No, but like that you put blue-green algae, and there's certain plants like what is there like some kind of like blue like pea or something that turns things blue.
Blue pea?
All the tea's blue. It's like snow pea or something.
Oh,
but there's ways you can get some cool colors organically, but definitely not Mountain Dew style.
I was just pointing it out because like obviously the United States lets things go. The food when like they have McDonald's in all the countries that you go to,
but they're not the same.
It's not the same. It's like they're like the American version has this like luscious like taste where you're like, oh, why does this taste so good? But it's bad for you, Whereas maybe the European one doesn't have that.
Do you know what natural flavor is?
Yeah, monosodium glutamate.
Right. Yeah, and amongst now everything has either natural flavors or organic flavors, which it used to be straight up artificial flavors. I think now but it's like I try to not buy anything with that in it.
Yeah, natural flavors is just a total gimmick, and that gets people like, oh, okay, that's natural. And
it's like a spray terp, right?
Pretty much, yeah. It's the spray terp of the food industry, and it's the same with like renaming it with like you were saying, like hydrolyzed yeast, or
autolyzed yeast.
They have all these different, like even nutritional yeast. Like it's pretty much just MSG. It's the same thing. It depends on the source,
really?
Of course.
Yeah, you need to be brewer's yeast.
Nutritional yeast is MSG.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much same thing. Exactly.
You're tripping me out.
It'll convert in your body the same. So you're like, oh, there you go. That sucks. Again, like
so it's not good for you, actually.
Not to a point. It's not bad. It's not like as bad as if it was
salt bad.
Yeah, salt. It's
right?
It's like the same mentality.
If you have a ton of it, it's really bad.
Sprinkle.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely a process.
But we should say Adam and I are not doctors. We don't play doctors on the radio or on a podcast. Don't do anything we say. Don't do as we do. Don't even try to keep up with us as we smoke.
The only person is Peter Papadopoulos that can.
No, actually, what I say is everything I say is fictional, and I'm just an actor.
There you
go. I was waiting for the punchline. All right, I think it's time to do some ads.
Oh yeah!
Holy smokes!
We're ad time. We're in the ad zone. We're in the ad zone time.
So we would love, listen, from a business standpoint, we think we'd make a good case on how to bring a little something to your events in Europe. We'll do some promotion. We can even do a show. I mean, I don't want Mark to punch me, so I don't want to say anything about doing shows in Europe, but because he gets testy when you talk about him having to travel somewhere.
Yeah, dude. What?
So I don't want to make him move.
Oh, like is there a lot of equipment involved?
There's more than just the microphones you see right here. Yes, it would
it's
surprise
always,
you.
It's always one of those like, oh really, all that for that?
Yeah,
for that show.
Well, we could do it very simply, but then they want lights and they want a little monitor so they can see everything.
Oh yeah,
and then they want all the headphones, and then they want all the.
Wow, see, this is what's coming out.
And a microphone.
Doing it in Europe would be epic, though.
Yeah, we'll make that happen, and I can guarantee you the Requiem guys want to be involved in whatever you're going to be doing.
Well, we broadcasted from the Terp Tower one year.
Yeah, we did. We pulled it together that one year. We had it all going, and we thought we were going next year, but then the world fell apart. It was all
about. The whole community is welcome. Yeah, let's have a great time in Barcelona.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then
Definitely.
And put the weed in your junk.
Yeah, make sure you keep your weed in your crotch. Walking the streets.
Honestly, my hotel buddy. This is my hotel buddy.
It's very
You screw
crafty.
this
Oh, I
thing-
have one of those.
Any bottle.
Yeah.
And it is your bong for your hotel.
Oh, that's like the thing that Vinny made here in at Katie's place.
Yeah, that's so Vinny right there.
Yeah, it's totally Vinny,
Screaming
dude. That's
Vinny.
funny.
Wait, is there an Adam Dunn shower cap on the smoke alarm, or that's it doesn't even have a smoke alarm?
That's
in the room?
No smoke alarm there.
Oh, you guys should sell a whole like hotel kit.
He has one. We have one with the show logo
It's the
on
Adam
it.
Dunn shower cap. Yeah, so
Shower cap.
Shower cap.
Shower cap. Shower cap.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
But I bring this up, but nothing was cooler than us getting to the hotel room in New York, and there was already a shower cap.
Yeah, it was pre-capped. There's a pre-capped room. We're like,
it was
nice.
so great.
Walked in, like, nice. Didn't even have to go up
Sweet.
there and do anything.
Well, because it was one of those where you sit down, we're going to have our first sesh there. The window opens. We were like, fuck yeah, the window opens over fucking Times Square. And then it's like, all right, we got to go. And I went, look, there it is. It's like, like a Christmas miracle. Oh.
And there was a shower cap.
Yep.
Yeah, that was perfect.
They do the rooms that way. They make the beds. They put the shower cap on for the next person.
No, exactly. That's what it felt like.
Well, the people who clean the room don't want you to have to spend your money on the $250 smoking fine. They'd rather you leave it as a tip on the pillow for them.
That's where I always fuck up is the shower cap, though. But before I used to do that, like I'd be like, fuck.
I get so nervous,
You get to
man.
you get on the plane and you're like, oh, I forgot to take the shower cap off. Shit. And then, you're waiting for the little ding on your thing, but never came. So I was lucky.
It says Adam Dunn show on it.
No, actually, only in the packaging, not on the cap itself.
You could say
that'd be too expensive.
You could say that you had no idea it was when they say there was a shower cap on there. You go, I don't know what you're talking about, and just completely play dumb because we are an example. It could have been someone else's, and the maid could have missed it. But and then you can go to buildasoil.com.
Buildasoil.com.
855-877-SOIL.
Oh, look at that.
They will not ship to Barcelona.
No, that's a bummer.
But if you want to get them on the phone and mention the done deal, you'll get 10% off your order. You just can't do it online.
You got to call it in.
Got to call it in.
Same
Organic amendments, everything about growing anything, just call them.
Mm-hmm.
They will answer your question. They take pride in what they do. And I mean, anything you can eat, from mushrooms to vegetables to cannabis. Give them a call, 855-877-SOIL.
OzoCoffee.com, served at Sohi Cafe.
I was at
Is
Ozo
that the
today.
jingle of the week or what?
Yeah,
Nice.
that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Done deal 23 at ozocoffee.com. You get 20% off your order. The Costa Rica, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm so looking forward to it.
Yes.
The Peru, and what was the last one?
I got an email about a new one today.
What was it?
I don't know.
I thought I saw them do some post about it too.
Yeah, well, that was the Costa Rican.
Oh, okay, that was gross.
So I shared a thing, and I actually, the farmer wrote me.
That's what it
I
is.
couldn't believe it. It was so awesome. Yeah, well, they were like, that's our coffee. I'm like, this is the first time we've ever sent beans to Ozo. I said, well, you made a great decision because they're going to treat your beans with love, and they're going to roast it in a 1959 roaster right here in Boulder, Colorado.
All right. OzoCoffee.com, done deal 23. Do it.
Served here so high.
Get the subscription.
YoTip.com.
So this is something I find I'm using it at home. Even when I have a joint, I put it in a Yo Tip. It kind of makes it's pleasurable.
Well, I don't smoke with people much, so I just roll it into my joints as the tip. And
You're that guy.
I'm that guy.
You're that guy. Huh?
I'm that guy.
You're like, fuck you.
Yeah,
You don't
I'm
care.
just like,
And do you take it out and use it again afterwards since you're solo?
oh, yeah. Oh, no, because then it gets all burnty.
Well, that's why you should put the
tasting.
paper tip in there instead of, so you can reuse it 10 times. But you go to yotip.com or you can go to Yo Products LLC on Instagram and take a look. They're on the shelves at Planet 13. So this Planet 13 does like 3,000 transactions a day. And think about it. If they do 3,000 transactions a day, what's getting passed around several thousand times a day?
Gross.
You know,
In Vegas. In Vegas, of all places.
You keep the tip, you pass the joint.
Just the tip.
We'll give credit to Matt Holmes, who came up with an expression I have not heard. Hippie lip.
Yeah.
Wook flu, conference, cough, the plague, COVID.
Now in a new improved hippie lip.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So keep the tip, pass the joint.
Not the lip.
Yotip.com.
Yotip.com.
The tip, not the lip.
Green Farms Medical Dispensary in Colorado Springs. You need a med card to get in, but it's worth it. You can get the Dunn deal there. They're going to hook you up. He's got all the top tier products from all the great Colorado people, Green Dot, on down the line. Everyone down
in store. It has some sort of in-store thing going on today.
And he's going to have Yo-Tips available there too soon.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And DabX.
Ooh.
So greenfarmsmed.com.
Greenbros.com. Award-winning cannabis harvesting solutions.
It's Croptober, so I'm sure people out there are harvesting large amounts of cannabis.
You might
and
be
if
scrambling.
If you're doing things and you can do there's certain things you can do by hand, and then there's certain things you just get beyond your control, and you'll do more damage than good if you try to do it on your own or hire the wrong people.
And if you don't want to try and coax your friends over, you can get the Harvest Bucket.
Exactly. And if you want to
10% off the Harvest Bucket if you tell them about the Dunn deal.
This is great.
Snaps on any bucket, throw a drill on top for the motor, boom, you get yourself a trimmer.
And he's tired tonight, so 5 MTIs,
20
one
today.
bucket.
Look at
Yeah,
he's
I'm
going.
tired
He's
now.
turd.
Greenbros with a Z.com, Greenbros on Instagram.
ApothecaryFarms.com, Colorado and Oklahoma's concentrate-focused dispensary. They just got done with a massive sale, although now they have the promise that every week they will be getting a new batch of single-source rosin and ambrosia every week, a fresh new drop every week. So you should see new flavors rotating in a lot quicker from their new
spot,
farm mega spot.
They're a vertically integrated concentrate company.
Yes.
So let's just not forget that they grow with straight for concentrate.
They even have concentrate from other spots too. You know, what I mean, they run other people's flour and they will sell that in the store too.
14er.
Yeah, exactly.
Uses them to process.
Actually, I just saw
if
some.
they use a Greenbros trimmer.
That's right.
So there you go.
They only accept.
Look how they tie in together.
I know. Look how it all ties in.
Trifecta.
That's right. You can get the Dunn deal on the med side here in Denver. There's a couple locations here and in Oklahoma. Check it out. ApothecaryFarms.com. DabX.com.
The rocket. I mean the go. I mean the.
The rocket or the go. I'm not sure. I'm so mixed up. I don't even know.
No, the best fucking dab experience is electronic dab rig on the market right now, and obviously improving. We got some new improvements coming. Even just
I'm
like
excited.
Even just the minor little changes. Like you said, sitting there torching all day.
I just love the fact that some of the things we thought about when we spoke to them, they're like, "Oh yeah,
it's already happened.
We're taking care of that."
Putting that because that really, it's not. It is not much of a fix. You know, you can easily fix that, and bing bang boom. And
I like how Adam had like the first problem that they never heard of.
Never seen it.
That's good.
Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I don't know. Blew it out. Fucking thing all blowed out.
Well, I'm honored they're going to send us one of the what are we going to call it? The Tool X.
The Tool
Until
X.
they tell us different, we're going to just call it the Tool
We're just
X.
gonna call it the Tool X.
Yeah.
Working name.
Let's make an ad. Let's make a really high quality ad for it.
Yeah,
like,
Vinny.
The Tool X.
Yeah, Vinny's on it. He's over there on the other side. He all heard it.
Yeah.
He's in.
He's on it?
Yep.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, we focus a lot on the go, but the Rocket is really the most portable little dab rig.
If you got a nice rig that hits good already, that you like, that you have a banger on, just throw one of these guys on there. Boom. DabX.com, get the Dunn deal.
There you go. 20% off.
14erboulder.com.
Oh my goodness.
Garden Select.
That
was the bomb.
Garden Select was the bomb.
It was really good.
It's only $80 a quarter. It's limited in supply. Place a pre-order. You might even be able to get 10% off if you enter Dunn deal.
Yeah, dude.
You will.
You will get 10% off.
You will.
You will. The rosin fire, $25 a gram out the door. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, if you're into exactly for the budget, it's amazing. For quality budget.
Fuck
right
yeah.
there.
The cans are nitrogen sealed. Okay? Nitrogen sealed. So you buy an ounce, you get 8 cans, and the first one to the last one, amazing quality. 14erboulder.com.
Yeah, I smoked some of that DJC. It was good.
It is really good.
ColoradoFreshCBD.com.
That's right.
Organic, grown indoors and
Grown
Fort Collins.
indoor CBD. That's just crazy to me.
It's off the chain.
It's just crazy to me.
I know,
Anyways,
right? 80,000 square foot facility, grown indoor, organic hemp, and processed like cannabis, but also turned into the best CBD products out there. So check them out. Colorado Fresh CBD. We'll also have guest hosting. We'll have Matt Holmes sometimes on the show. So he's going to be coming through, I'm sure, soon. He's got some great ideas for some shows. So we were talking about it after the last one. So yes, he's going to be coming on soon with some new products and new product lines that he's doing. And he does private label. Jerome Baker, check it.
JeromeBakerCBD.com, I believe, is the website for that.
All
if you
made
wanna
by the
check it out.
same awesome product line. So check them out.
And then we want to give a shout to the Globfather.
TakingTopsCannabis.com.
The father of Glob.
And this is, I think I can confirm right now, the longest his Instagram page has ever been going.
It could actually go another. They might even make it.
Okay, so you follow him on. You go to his Discord page.
So you can go to his link tree and has all of his links here.
There you go.
And I suggest checking out that Discord, checking out that Telegram.
Mention the Dunn deal for 10% off everything in his store.
That's right. HortitechDirect.com.
The most amazing greenhouses on the market today. They're double-walled. All of the mechanicals to do your light depth and hang all of your fixtures. It's all on the interior wall, so it's not exposed to the elements. We have it on good authority that in North Dakota, during a minus 70-degree 3-day storm, it was 72 degrees in the greenhouse.
Good God, y'all.
Yeah. So
with
Hortitech
40 to 50 mile an hour winds too the whole time. It's constant.
And they were there. And it's we joke, but you will get 6 brushes if you buy a greenhouse.
Look at that brush. Look at that brush.
Look at those brushes.
There
Good
you
for
go.
barbecue too.
And you can barbecue.
Terpwipes.com/Dunn
deal. That's the only way. No promo code. Terpwipes.com.
Nick came in asking me for one the
/Dunn
other
deal.
day, and I'm like, I don't have any. He's like, what? I'm like, I don't know. I knew I could find one if I really looked, but I was down to that level, so I'm super stoked.
Everybody got 2 boxes today.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm back.
I'm back, baby.
It's funny.
Yeah.
I had a stash of regular alcohol wipes. I've been using those to clean my records and not the Terp wipes because they're too.
Bio365.com.
We're gonna talk with, I think maybe even next week, or maybe I'm not sure if it'll be next week or the week after.
They're in Vegas.
We are going to have a little walkthrough with Sonny Chiba and Tim at one of the facilities. So
sweet.
Check them out. But yeah, Bio365. If you're growing in a commercial situation, contact Tim at Bio365.
You know what they want too? They want your business. If you're not growing in a commercial situation, if you have an artisan grow on the grid, off the grid, they sell soil is what they sell.
Look at all this. They'll dial it up for you.
Their soil is available for sale anywhere in the country. And all you have to do is write to Tim at bio365.com. Tell him what your needs are. Tell him what you're growing with right now. He'll put a complimentary mix together. You'll go side by side for a cycle. Make your decision. Bio365.com.
Numb nuts.
Right here.
I mean,
here, baby.
It just amazing quality CBD peanut butter and CBD almond butter, cinnamon infused CBD almond butter for your pet, for your human, and if you are a medical patient in the state of Colorado, you can go on the Find Our Nuts and you can get one of these beauties right here, 1,000 milligrams. Just some love. You can just, when I say go easy, don't just sit there with it, and, in front of the television with a spoon.
Why not?
Numbnutsco.com.
It's taking top style.
Done deal at checkout. 20% off your CBD peanut butter order. if you're in Breckenridge, you go to Breckenridge Organic Therapy. While you're waiting online, you go to their pre-order. You enter Done Deal. You get 10% off, and you say to the guy standing behind you, you can go place a pre-order right now and get 10% off.
Yeah,
they love it.
You're
So
that guy.
BreckenridgeOrganicTherapy.com, or find them at Bo. Instagram page is interesting. It's like Bo Go Shop.
Go Shop.
Bo.
What?
Yeah. Anyway, go to Breckenridge Organic
Brogo?
Therapy and go to their
Brogo?
website, and you can find their Instagram page. No, it's Instagram is a little different because they can't print Breckenridge Organic Therapy. Too many words.
Brogo.
SunscapeLED.com.
SunscapeLED.com. Tell them you heard about it on the Adam Dunn Show. I don't know what the discount is, but I guarantee you.
Canicon, or are you just joking?
I was just joking.
Oh, okay.
Jin comes from the Chinese mining industry, where the safety standards for lighting is side by side to pool lighting, meaning it's not supposed to fail. You don't want anybody to get hurt in a mine. You need it to stay reliable. His failure rate is less than 1 in 1,000 fixtures. His customer service is second to none. They'll work with you and design a lighting plan for your room, for your commercial grow. They want a chance to earn your business, so go to sunscapeled.com and tell them you heard about it on the Adam Dunn Show.
SeedsHereNow.com.
James Bean, man.
Where is Mr. Bean?
He was there. He was hanging
Autumn
out.
is here, and we're celebrating the harvest season with tons of incredible deals. Every order secures a free SJOG Fem 1-pack.
Guy never sounds like he's reading.
Plus,
Such
enjoy
an amazing
25%
skill.
off and all Irie genetic seeds and great flavored strains all month long. Don't miss our perfect score day special, 10/10 pre-Halloween bash, 10/24 Halloween special, 10/31, and new strain reviews every day this month during our Croptober Chronicles series.
Yeah, good job.
That was not written by or read by an AI.
That was written by AI and read by AI. MTAI. That's MTAI right there.
Remember when he got you to read that thing and you were like, oh, this is so cool. And you're like halfway through it and I'm like, I think it's AI.
Totally. Yeah, you can.
It's funny.
Well, it's so funny if you talk to anyone right now, like if you come up with an idea or something and you need some help on a project, they'll go, it's an amazing idea. Let me get back to you and I'll put a proposal together. And they just go home and they type it into exactly what you said into ChatGPT and then try to sell it back to you the next day.
Crazy. Well, they won't do that here. Is that
Nope.
James Bean? No, it's not James Bean. But yeah, check them out if you wanted best access to the best breeders.
It is something. He is doing something special. Over 70 breeders that actually get along. You can't put one breeder in a room and let him get along with himself, let alone 70 with each other. And, we're going to stick with allegedly that there are no shared males in any of the genetics available. It's tough these days to really think about how many times things could have, but they strive for perfection. So if you have a problem with your seeds, which happens rarely, you can reach out to their customer service and they'll get you taken care of.
Get the done deal.
SeedsHereNow.com.
Obviously, ask for the done deal.
AdamDunnShow.com show merch.
Soon we're going to have Grove bags available.
Grove bags on the shop
Not
merch
this
site.
one. It'll be a different one.
Yeah.
It'll be a different one.
It'll be our own personal.
Yeah.
Oh, look at
Can't
that.
do it to them.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah, look, Ticking Tops is excited.
He always got
We got
those sunglasses on the whole time. It's like he's
Nice,
sitting in
dude.
front of the hot
He's
lights.
got one excited guy out here.
Yeah, Grove
Yeah.
bags are good.
Check out the AdamDunnShow.com.
Well, wait, let's ask the
I
other
like
50
Grove
people
bags.
here. What do you guys think of Grove bags?
Yeah.
I like Grove bags because good weed usually comes in them to me.
That is a bonus. That is a bonus.
I found some weed you gave me in a Grove bag, and I would go with, if it were in a jar,
Yeah.
it would have been bone dry.
Right.
This still had a little bit left to it. I mean, it had to be a long time too.
Yeah, it's one of those definitely
Organic products.
for keeping stuff stable. Like when I'm just in between working and stuff and putting the things in, I'm always amazed. Yeah, definitely works great. But yeah, go to AdamDunnShow.com. Check out the different. We got a whole bunch.
Get that one for the grocery store.
Yeah, get that one and give it to your mom.
They really like that one in the grocery store.
I
They
was
do.
wearing it one place,
Yeah.
and I didn't realize. I
Yeah.
thought it was the other one,
Oh.
and I'm like, oh man, I'm just.
I can see Dave. He's all like,
Oh,
sorry, guys.
sorry.
I didn't know I was wearing my bad shirt, my bad boy shirt.
I think it was at the
bad
King
boy shirt.
Supers, you know.
Who cares?
Anyways, okay, so
These
that's
guys are
that.
still hanging
Hey,
out.
they're still
Look at
hanging
them.
with
They're
us.
like, what?
Fuck, you
That's
guys are
great.
like hippie lip.
That's good.
Can't get rid of them.
I was gonna fall asleep, man. I just didn't want to, I was gonna say goodnight. I didn't
You
wanna cut guys
trooper,
off.
man.
No,
you
you're-
stuck it out for the whole show.
Yeah.
You win. You win.
Dude,
You win
I don't
Trooper
know.
of the Year. So basically, people can find you rolling and blazing, obviously on Instagram for personal, which is on the thing, and also Terp Tower Invitational, with little underscores in there somewhere, in between each. And Mr. Fang, Instagram is. We got you muted.
Oh, you're muted, my friend. You're muted.
There you go.
Yeah, you can find me at the Real Gauge Green Group. We're also the Organic Cup, Third Eye Gathering, Big Cloud Presents. We do a whole bunch of stuff. We just try to stay active and promote good, healthy, organic lifestyle, and
That's the
hopefully
original
creating a
DabX.
better community. What's up?
Oh, nothing. I
No,
was breaking the wall.
He's breaking the
Oh, I
fourth
wanted
wall.
to say though, we have a new drop called Super Celestial, and actually, Peter was part of the naming process, but it represents the crown chakra, so it's part of our chakra series. The male is Triangle Kush, Mendo Breath, Grateful Breath, F2, and then our females. There's 7 females that we cross that male to, and they represent each chakra, and so we're representing the crown chakra right now, and we have some cool ones coming up. But yeah, if you want to check this out,
Show the shirt again.
Sour Diesel.
It's not your
Cross with
wife's
the-
junk, is it? Because I got fooled by that once on a shirt. Show it again.
She's like, what? No, it's not somebody's wife's junk.
right.
No, it's just.
This is artwork that I created that has like 70 different or more, like hundreds of layers, really, like all melded together.
Right.
And
Yeah, it's really
basically, it has like poetry, it has ancient architecture, it has like, beautiful photography, and all created into like a mandala. And then it, just represents like our connection with divinity and opening our minds and creativity, imagination. And so
That's sour crust.
It's the same
it's
thing
like sour
Rosendogs
diesel.
told me, and it wound up being his wife's junk.
No,
So
he couldn't tell until he could tell, and then he said, "Oh, wait a minute, is that what?"
But
that
yeah,
he
it's
said
a
mandala. I
sour
remember
diesel,
him
and
saying
that's like
that
a
specifically.
heady.
And chakra.
So that's the first of 7.
It's actually it's weird. We kind of went out of order, but the first one we did was the 4th chakra, and we called it the manifestation. And so these are part of the seeds that we're giving out this on 710. And it's just like it's
So
a new
these are part of
series.
this is
but
part of the scavenger hunt.
yeah, some of the gifts being given out are part of
There
the
we
new ones.
go. Look at that. We went full circle. We pulled it back. We managed
Boom.
to make it work. So no, cool.
Yeah,
we're gonna
thanks for
jump-
having me on. Man.
Yeah, for sure. And,
Yeah, I'm really happy that some of these grow like there's some of the people that win those seeds. I hope they have fun with them. So it probably would be something.
we have
that
enough
they-
time that if they get them now, that they'll be available. You'll at least be able to try them out when you come in for Cannabis. Be perfect.
Maybe.
timing.
Yeah,
We
you
were-
know
we
what's cool is we gave out like
Yeah.
a bunch of packs to all the there's more but like basically we try to spread them out to all the social clubs that we've been working with so that they can grow it, run hash from it, that we could do some collaborations from there.
Good
So
time.
now they have like some of the best of my current project. They have all the new ones. I like gifted out the Ohm series to some of these social clubs so that they can test them and run them before anyone else. But so far, we've only done 2 out of the 7.
Well, there you go. Work in progress. So we'll check back with you, Pete, obviously again on the next adventure, and we'll check back with you.
Yeah, even tomorrow, like there's going to be people posting. The other clubs are going to be posting. I'll be posting. If you want to.
We'll be
see
watching.
who-
We'll be
who's,
watching you. We'll be watching.
Tune in.
Tune in.
If you want to send us the links to the other club, we'll share them on the page. You know?
Sure. There. I have the post that I put up has all the clubs that are participating. Their logos are there, but I can send it to you. There's no problem.
Whatever's most complicated, please do that.
Please do that.
Yeah, that's the way we like it around here. No, man, thanks a lot, guys.
And it even last minute things always like people are always wanting to include things. So who knows? There could be more things in the gift packages tomorrow. So
there you go.
Well, you got the lone DabX in Barca, so enjoy. Actually, they have one at the plug.
Thank you. Yeah, pure plug. That's what we got in.
All right, man.
Peace.
Thanks, guys. See you.
Thank you so much, Adam.
All right, man. See you
Thanks.
soon.
Thanks, Fang.
Take care, guys.
Thank you, Papa.
Good to see you, Mike. Peace, man.
Take care.
You know, Pete's like, "Phew, I gotta go to bed."
Yeah,
He's in
holy
that
shit.
zone.
Good night.
He
Right,
toughed it out.
Yeah.
He really toughed it out, man.
What the fuck?
I would have, yeah.
You'd have bailed.
Oh yeah, first ad I would have been out.
No
I'd be like, oh
way.
yeah, that's not cool. I'm out.
You work so fucking hard. 9 jobs.
Oh, thanks.
Maybe 10.
Thanks, dude.
And then sitting next to Vinny, who runs a 7 days a week barbecue.
Yeah, I know.
Combine
know,
those hours.
Coffee
Combine
shop,
those-
barbecue. You guys work 900 hours a week between
Yeah, if we
the
got
two
really
of you.
paid for all the jobs that we did, then we'd be
Imagine
like
that.
millionaires.
Fuck.
You'd be the Globfather.
You would be like the Globfather.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah, dude, totally.
All right, if you want to join us over at Patreon, we'll be over there in about 10 or so.
Talk about traveling to Europe for Barcelona for Cannabis.
Yes, sir.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Mark's
great.
gonna love it.
Oh, cool, dude.
I'm sure landlady's
You had
listening.
such a good
She-
time.
She's probably
Yeah,
really
that
close.
was before I knew you.
She's on her way. She's gonna roll in. Globby's gonna jump on board. And it's gonna be raging. He's gonna be covered in barbecue sauce. It's gonna be nuts. So check us out over there. Shout out to my beautiful wife Cece.
I'll
Shout out
fix
to
it.
Mr.
Oh.
PDX Amazing, who's over there running them. He's moderating you right now.
Oh, yeah, y'all be moderated.
Being moderated over here. Shut you down. But no.
The only person actually doing moderating on the moderating team.
Pretty
And
much
let's
so.
remember, we got a lot of shit
No.
coming up
The
soon.
The only-
Let's everyone vote
playing
with
games,
your
bro.
cannabis politics. Vote with your cannabis politics. Remember, we only have one chance. Vote with your cannabis politics.
I want
Vote.
Schedule 5.
No, deschedule, not reschedule.
No.
Schedule 10.
No schedule. Yeah.
Deschedule.
Yeah, no, 0.
Yeah, no reschedule.
No.
Bad. Reschedule bad.
I'm fucking with you. All right.
Reschedule bad. Deschedule good.
All right, one more time.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye.
Practically every one of the top 40 records being played on every radio station in the United States is a communication to the children to take a trip, to cop out, to groove. The psychedelic jackets on the record albums have their own.
This is a special question. We don't want you to smoke genetically modified ganja. We want you to smoke the real thing.
Me?
Want you to smoke the natural herb.
Sweet.
Some call it marijuana.
Sweet.
Some call it sesame.
Sweet.
Some call it lamb's bread.
The tea.
And some people call it